This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
On Sunday, December 15th, 1974, the New York Jets faced the Baltimore Colts at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore for Week 14 of the 1974 NFL season. The Jets were coached by Charley Winner, who had taken over for Weeb Ewbank after he moved to the front office following the 1973 season. Ewbank resigned from GM halfway through the season, however, after starting off with a 1-7 record. That lit a fire under the team, and they entered this game on a 5-game win streak. The Colts were coached by Joe Namath, who had taken over for Howard Schellenberger after an 0-3 start. But the team was still abysmal, entering this game with a 2-11 record, which continued their cellar-dweller status after having won just 4 games in 1973, following the loss of Johnny Unitas. This audio recording is from the Jets radio broadcast featuring announcer Marty Glickman and Dave Herman.
From Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, NFL football as the New York Jets meet the Baltimore Colts. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Marty Glickman welcoming you to our coverage of today's game on the New York Jets radio network. The New York Jets have won the toss, and with the good field conditions today, they've elected to receive. A couple of lineup changes involving the New York Jets. Jamie Rivers will not be starting at middle linebacker. Al Atkinson will. Emerson Boozer nor Hank Bajorquin will start at running back. They have sprained ankles. And Mike Adamley will be starting at running back alongside of John Riggins. We also expect that Clarence Jazz Jackson, the rookie from Western Kentucky, will also be in the lineup. While we have a moment or two, there's been a great deal of talk from last week to now about whether or not Joe will be with the ball club next year. And Dave Herman, who broke the story last week on the pregame show, when Joe said he did not think he'd be back with the Jets next year. Dave, I wonder whether you've heard anything differently between now and last week.
Well, I haven't heard anything differently, Marty, but I think Joe will be back next year. And I think there's going to be a financial decision of his to make, and I think the owners of the New York Jets are going to make that decision for him. They're going to give him what he needs to come back and play. And I say this for a lot of reasons. Number one, they have a great combination going out there now. They're on a 6-game winning streak, and if they win today, it'll be a 6-game winning streak, that they will have won the last 6 games. Not only that, the New York Jets, you have to remember, cannot play any exhibition games at home. And so their big attraction is to get exhibition games where a lot of money is being made is because they have a Joe Namath. People will give them a game in another stadium, for instance, in a Dallas or in a New England Patriots or somebody like that. They will want to play the New York Jets because Joe is there. So I don't think that he will get out of New York.
Well, next year or not, Joe is starting at quarterback, of course, today. And we'll be back. The game today is starting about 1 hour later than usual. Consequently, we have scores from other ballparks throughout the country. In the second quarter, Washington leads Chicago 7-0. Also in the second period, Philadelphia leads Detroit 14-0. Atlanta over Green Bay in the second period 10-0. And listen to this one. In the second quarter, New England 21, Miami 0. And of course, we will be bringing you scores all afternoon long. Here we're just about set for the start of things. In Baltimore, the officials for the ball game today, the referee is Fred Swearingen. The umpire is Tony Sacco. The head linesman, Jerry Bergman. The line judge is Ralph Vandenberg. The back judge is Gene Barth, and the field judge is Frank Kirkland. The New York Jets won the toss, as we said. They are receiving at the closed end of the stadium. And the Baltimore Colts in their blue jerseys with white helmets, white pants, and blue trim, ready to kick off. To do the kicking is Tony Linhart. 3-year veteran. He played no collegiate ball here in America. He was plucked out of Vienna, Austria. Soccer-style kicker, of course. Tony Linhart, 5'11", 178. Wears number 2. He's teed up the football at the 35-yard line. Lou Picone in deep safety at the 6-yard line, ready to receive the kickoff. Here we go. Linhart moves forward and boosts that ball high in the air. Not too deep. Picone waiting near the 12-yard line. Gets it. Starts up along the left side of the 20. Hit down at the 25-yard line. A high, hard tackle by Tim Berra. Tim Berra, B-E-R-R-A. That's right. Yogi Berra's son, 5'11", 185, number 84, Tim Berra, made the tackle at the 25-yard line, a 13-yard return. So it's 1st and 10 for the New York Jets. The ball is on their 25-yard line. Here we go. They go to the line of scrimmage. Barkum splits about 8 yards to the left side. David Knight flank wide to the right side. Rich Castor is the tight left end. The running backs, as we said, are Riggins and Adamley. Namath under the center. Now Barkum goes in alongside his tackle. Namath back to pass on first down, sets up, throws deep down to the right side to David Knight. He's got it at the 45-yard line, and he's not got a bounce at the 46. On the very first play, a deep sidelong pattern thrown to David Knight, who caught it on the run long side, and he was knocked out of bounds immediately. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And the Jets that time, the offensive line gave Joe plenty of time to throw the football, and that's going to be a big key out here as how the Jets are going to, how the outcome of the game is going to be if they can pass protect for Joe, because you know Joe can split this Baltimore Colts team apart with his passing.
21 yards on the last play before Rick Volk knocked him out of bounds. It's 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Split left end, David Knight, flank to the right side. Penalty marker on the play as Riggins takes the ball, drives off right tackle. He goes for 9 yards before he's held upright and then finally toppled. Close to the 45-yard line of the Baltimore Colts, but the penalty marker went down just as soon as the play began. Now we'll wait and see what the call is. Offside called against the Colts, and the Jets will refuse that penalty. 9 yards on the last play, and John Riggins really powered off tackle, and the Jets are starting real sharp. They're at the 45-yard line of the Baltimore Colts, and the penalty is refused.
That's certainly one of the keys to this New York Jets upsurge is John Riggins, the way he's been playing fullback the last few weeks. And he's been playing with abandon out there. He's run, but he's got all the tools anyhow, Marty. He can do it all. He's got the great size and the great power and the great speed.
6'2", 235 pounds, John Riggins. He runs like a bull. A split left end. Flank it to the right side. Split about 3 yards. Running backs are Adam Lee. Now going back to pass is Namath, setting up. Throws deep down to the left side, way down for David Knight. And it's incomplete. Knight tried to reach over the hands of the man guarding him on the play, Nelson Muncy. He tried to reach over the hands and head of Muncy at the 10-yard line. Failed to hold on to the ball because Muncy was right there in front of him, and the ball fell incomplete as Joe was going for all the marbles on that long, long pass. Well, he had 2nd and 1 at the 45. He figures to pick up the first down right now. They're at the 45 of the Baltimore Colts.
It was a great job by David Knight, seeing he couldn't catch the ball. He tried to catch it, but keeping the interceptor from getting the ball. It was a good job by a receiver. If they can't catch the ball, they have to keep the ball from being intercepted.
Now David Knight goes out of the ball game, and he's replaced in there by Willie Brister. It's a tight T formation. Signals are being called. 3rd and 1 at the 45-yard line. The handoff goes to Riggins, running off right tackle. He drives forward and goes for the first down, picks up 2 yards. He was hit back of the line of scrimmage, but he bounced off. Bounced off Fred Cook, the defensive end, and smashed ahead for 2 yards and the first down. The ball is down to the 43-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. A good effort by Big John Riggins. Tom McLeod, defensive left linebacker, made the play at the 43-yard line of the Baltimore Colts, where it's 1st and 10 for the New York Jets. No score in the football game. Just a minute gone in this first quarter. A regular pro set. Knight flank wide out to the right side. Barkum split wide left. Running backs are Riggins and Adam Lee. Signals called by Namath. Takes the snap, drops straight back. Penalty marker on the play. He throws down the middle, and it's caught by Richard Castor at the 32-yard line. He's down immediately at the 32. He's got a first down for the Jets, but a penalty marker was thrown down.
And I think we're going to see the Baltimore Colts offsides again. The defensive ends are lining up offside, and they're calling. They call them a second time now. The first time was line up offside. This time the offside penalty is because they're lining up offside.
And that is exactly the call. Play is good for 11 yards and a first down. Namath thus far is 2 for 3. He started this drive back at the 25-yard line of the Jets. Now he's down to the 32 of the Baltimore Colts. The Jets look sharp. Barkum splits wide out to the right side. David Knight flanks wide out to the left side. I formation of the backfield. Little Mike Adamley. He's 5'9", goes 193 pounds at halfback, playing in front of John Riggins in the I formation. Now they shift out of the I on the pro set. The backs are side by side. Namath takes the snap, drops straight back, throws a quick square out to the left side to Knight. Knight runs out of bounds at about the 24. Play is good for 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line. He was forced out of bounds on the near side by Nelson Muncy.
It's amazing, Marty, how Joe can just take his time and pick out his receivers. More than one guy is open on every particular play, and Joe's just having a field day out there hitting the open guys. It's amazing that the Jets are operating so well, but they're looking as good now as they have in any of the past weeks.
Say, Dave, would you believe this score in the second period? New England 24, Miami nothing.
Marty, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it can happen that way.
Well, that's the way it is right now. Of course, the game is meaningless as far as Miami is concerned. 2nd and 2 at the 24 of the Baltimore Colts. No score in this football game. Opening minutes of play. Riggins trying an end sweep. Tries to drive off tackle. He's stopped back there. Comes around to the left side, and he's got blockers. He has one man to beat. Downfield he goes to the 20-yard line on the outside of the 15. Still running down to the 10-yard line. What a run by John Riggins. He started wide around his own right end. It was blocked up there. He turned and came around his left end and ran down to the 10-yard line where Bruce Laird finally pulled him down. A run of 15 yards. He must have run 50 yards on the play.
Marty, and when Bruce Laird got a hold of him, John Riggins actually pulled him along the ground for 5 or 6 yards. Actually pulled him along the ground. That's that great power that John Riggins has got.
It's first and goal to go. The nose of the football is on the 10-yard line. It means it's first and goal at the 10. David Knight flank wide out to the right side. He's covered out there by Ray Oldham. Rest of the ball club is tight. Signals called by Namath. First and goal at the 10. He fakes the handoff, looks downfield, throws into the right corner to Riggins, too high. A tough pass for Riggins to try to catch. The ball was coming from directly behind him. He had to look directly back running. He reached up with his right hand, deflected the ball momentarily in the right corner of the end zone, and it fell incomplete. A very tough catch to make.
And we're going to see that play again because Riggins was wide open, and Joe put the ball exactly where it belonged. John just didn't hang on to it, didn't get the handle of the football, but he was wide open. We should see that play again.
Eddie Bell comes into the lineup now, replacing David Knight at flanker back, and Bell goes into the slot to the left side. Barkum is split wide to the left side, and Rich Castor is split wide to the right side. It's a slot left with the tight end Castor split out about 12 yards to the right. Second and goal to go at the 10. Namath back to pass. Throws out to the left flat. It's caught by Adam Lee. He goes to the goal line. Penalty marker, and he's dumped at the 1-yard line. A penalty marker. Let's see what the call is. Interference is called. It looks like interference called against the Baltimore Colts. That was the signal from the head linesman. Eddie Bell made the grab. Interference called. And now he signals against the New York Jets. Eddie Bell was interfering. The first signal was pointed towards the Colts. No question about it. And now the second signal is called against Eddie Bell of the Jets as he points the other way.
Eddie Bell was in the slot position that time, Marty, and they're calling him for pushing off. And what pushing off means, when the receiver goes down there, gets the defender in front of him, he actually takes his hands and pushes away from him to keep the defender from getting too close. And they called him for pushing off.
Second and 25 back at the 25-yard line. David Knight comes back into the lineup, replacing Eddie Bell. Eddie has to be a little bit embarrassed by that one. It would have been second and goal at the 1, but now it's second and 25 at the 25. Castor split very wide to the right side. Slot formation on the left side. Namath under the center. A long count. Offside. Now penalty markers all over the field. Namath throws deep into the end zone of Barkum. Touchdown! G. Barkum makes the grab. 7 yards in the end zone. The offside is called against the Baltimore Colts. Namath went right ahead despite the penalty markers being thrown all over the field. And G. Barkum ran a down and in pattern, a post to the inside. He was split wide left, and he just angled to the right, beat his man handily, Bruce Laird, and Joe just hit him right in the numbers.
And Joe had all day to throw that football that time, Marty. He had great pass protection from that offensive line. What at the start of the year was one of the bad parts of the New York Jets is now their finest, the offensive line.
Jets lead 6-0 as a result of a 75-yard drive. Here's the point after attempt coming up right now. Pat Leahy to kick it. It's up, and it is good. It's good. The score, the New York Jets 7, the Baltimore Colts nothing. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
My beer is Rheingold, the dry beer. Think of Rheingold whenever you buy beer.
In 1958, Rheingold won the gold medals at the last European World's Fair in Brussels and at the International Exposition in Munich. The Lord Mayor of Munich had this to say when he presented the gold medal to Rheingold. As a beer lover and a connoisseur, I say without doubt that Rheingold Extra Dry is one of the finest beers in the world. Rheingold is proud to say that ever since then, Rheingold is producing the same gold medal-winning Rheingold beer in the very same way, using the very same ingredients, the world's best quality hops, corn and malt that money can buy. And even more important, the very same brewmasters are actually still at Rheingold, brewing the award-winning Rheingold beer.
Won't you try extra dry Rheingold beer?
Rheingold Breweries Incorporated, Brooklyn, New York.
Pat Leahy ready to boot the football for the New York Jets. Cotton Spira and Bruce Laird are ready to receive that kickoff back around their own 5-yard line. Leahy angles back slightly, soccer style. Number 5 raises his hand. He's kicking towards the open end of Memorial Stadium down here at Baltimore. Boots that ball high in the air, way up there. Coming down to Cotton Spira at the 11-yard line. He up to the 20, the 25, along the left side of the 30, the 35, and down to the 40-yard line. Nice run back by Cotton Spira, the former Texas star. Tackle made by John Little.
And we have little Mike Adamy out there. He's playing regular setback for the Jets on offense. He's also out there covering his special teams like always. He'd be the captain of the special teams. Little Mike Adamy throwing himself in front of that wedge.
He's little in height only. Big in heart and big in body. He's 5'9", 193 pounds. Built like a blacksmith from the waist up. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Here's a power I formation. Man in motion comes to the right side. That's Freddie Scott. Quarterback is Bert Jones. Now Scott sets to the right side. I formation in the backfield. Jones, a swing pass to the right to Lydell Mitchell. Hit back of the line of scrimmage. He drives forward for 2, and that's all he doesn't get any yardage. He caught it at the 35-yard line, drove up to the 37. Burgess Owens came in and read the play for a 3-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 13 at the 37 of the Baltimore Colts. A swing pass out to the right flat, back of the line of scrimmage. And Burgess Owens diagnosed the play perfectly. It's 2nd and 13 at the 37 now. The Jets go into a 3-man front as Schmeissing goes to the sideline. 4 linebackers are in. It's a 3-4-4 defense. A regular pro set this time. Jones takes it and hands off to Oles. Oles trying to swing around his own right end. Makes the turn, drives upfield, and goes for good yardage up to the 45-yard line. He picks up 8 yards where Roscoe Word drives him out of bounds. He made a good play around Richard Neal. Playing defensive right end. They cut him down, and Billy Oles ran for 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
The last time the Baltimore Colts met the New York Jets, their running game is what won the ball game for them. They ran some well. Lydell Mitchell had such a great day, setting a record for number of carries by a Baltimore Colt. The Jets are going to have to shut the running game off to win this football game.
Yes, the Colts won the ball game 35-20. I believe Mitchell ran 40 times during the afternoon. Again in motion on the right side comes Freddie Scott. Now he sets out to the right. 3rd and 5 at the 45. Going back to pass is Bert Jones, setting up. Throws down the middle, and it's caught. A beautiful catch at the far side by Ray Chester, and Chester has the first down at the New York Jets 46-yard line. That pass by Jones was very low. He had to reach down right off his ankle to pull it down while running at top speed, and he was tackled on the play after he made that grab by Steve Reese.
And as we said, Marty, they're going to use this tight end. They're going to use Raymond Chester a lot. They're going to start throwing the football to him because he not only does he catch it well, he runs well when he gets it.
It's 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of the New York Jets. And now the Baltimore Colts are coming back just the way the New York Jets started off at the start of the ball game. The Jets are leading 7-0. The Jets on defense. The Colts, Bert Jones fakes a handoff, back to pass, sets up, rushed, throws out to the left. It's intercepted by the New York Jets. John Ebersol has it along the right side, past midfield down to the 40-yard line, cuts back to the 30-yard line, and finally dropped at about the 25. John Ebersol, as Bert Jones was passing, he was hit. The pass wobbled crazily short, and Ebersol was there.
And, Marty, that was all made possible by the great pass rush of Carl Barzalowski. Carl Barzalowski got a great pass rush and knocked the ball free for Ebersol to intercept.
And time is called. The score, the New York Jets 7, the Baltimore Colts nothing. We'll take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
You know.
With Dave Herman, I'm Marty Glickman speaking to you from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, where the New York Jets lead the Baltimore Colts by a score of 7-0. Less than 5 minutes are gone in this first quarter of play. The Colts mounted the drive, but Ebersol's interception, as a result of Barzalowski's great rush, puts the Jets in scoring position again. 1st and 10 on the Colts' 26-yard line. Slot formation on the right side, split left end, fake handoff, back to pass his name. It throws down the middle and deep. Knocked down, intended for Barkum at the 7-yard line. It was knocked down at the last moment. Barkum leaping high in the air for that. And once again, Joe Namath stepping into the pocket, had good pass protection. A little less time than on that touchdown pass to Barkum, but he stepped up into the pocket and was able to get rid of that ball. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line. Rick Volk, leaping at the last time with Barkum, knocked the ball aside. The New York Jets offensively have Namath at quarterback. Riggins and Adamley are the running backs. David Knight at flanker. The ends are Barkum and Castor. The tackles, Woods and Hill. The guards are Rasmussen and Petz. The center is Wayne Mulligan. Again, they go into that passing formation, which they use most of the time. A slot left and a split right end. It's 2nd and 10 at the 26. They don't necessarily have to pass from this, but now Namath goes straight back, sets up, throws out to the right, and it's caught. Short yardage. Adam Lee has it, drives down to about the 13-yard line, 13 yards on the play, and a first down. Adam Lee going out of the backfield, circling over the backfield, and Tom McLeod and Mike Curtis, linebackers, combined to stop Mike Adderley. He circled out of the backfield, went down those 13 yards, and button hooked. And as he turned, there it was, right there.
And the Baltimore Colts are using that 3-4 defense, and 3-4 being the 3-down defensive linemen and 4 linebackers to try and slow Joe's passing down.
Not very effectively, though. Joe has thrown 8 times, completed 5 for 8 for 78 yards, and a touchdown already. Again, the same passing formation, though they can run from it. Slot left, split right end is Castor. Back to pass is Namath. Throws out to the left flat. It's caught by Eddie Bell, and he's knocked out of bounds at around the 8-9 yard line. Picks up 5 yards on the play. Bruce Laird, number 40, drove him out of bounds. Ball placed down just inside, just about the 9-yard line. He picked up 4 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 6 at the 9. Once again, David Knight comes jogging into the lineup, replacing Eddie Bell, who just made that last grab. And Joe is now 6 for 9. Jets are leading by a score of 7-0. There are 9 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Dominated thus far by the New York Jets. Now the slot formation goes to the right side, and Castor splits wide to the left side. Castor now being covered by Muncie. 2nd and 6 at the 9. Back to pass over to the right flat. A pass thrown too low for David Knight, incomplete. That time Joe was rushed, got rid of the pass in a hurry. It was thrown incomplete to the right flat at the 5-yard line. Intended for David Knight. Knight tried to scoop it up. That would have been a trap anyhow. Incomplete pass for the Jets.
The Baltimore Colts are trying to blitz from that 3-man rush now to try and hurry Joe up to make him throw off balance a bit. And that time he wasn't rushed that much, just made a bad throw. He made a low throw. Otherwise, it would have been completed.
3rd and 6 at the 9-yard line. We can anticipate a field goal attempt, I expect, in case they don't make the yardage. It's 3rd and 6 at the Colts 9. It's a flanker T formation this time. On the flank is Knight. The rest of the ball club is tight. Namath hands off to Riggins. Riggins trying to swing wide. Is driven back. Tries to turn the other way again. He's run all the way back to the 22-yard line. But his forward progress stopped 10 yards up further at the 12. And here comes the field goal kicking team on the field now.
And he had all the Baltimore Colts, almost 5 or 6 guys before he finally went down. Riggins started around the right end on that power sweep and wanted to cut back, the same play he made before, but he didn't get the cutback made.
Joe Ammon and Stan White throw him down. Ball is at the 13-yard line, where it's 4th and 10 at the 13. A 30-yard attempt coming up now from the 20-yard line means it's a 30-yard attempt. Greg Gant will hold. Pat Leahy will try it. The angle is to the left. The ball is snapped. Kicked. It's up. High enough, deep enough, and it's no good. It's wide to the left. Wide to the left. Time is out. The score of the New York Jets 7, the Baltimore Colts nothing. Let's go out to the side as he play incomplete. Intended for Freddie Scott, who was set out to the right side as a flanker. The pass was thrown poorly behind him. He just got a hand up and deflected the pass. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here's the Colts offensive unit. Bert Jones, third-year man, is the quarterback. A rangy 6'3", 205 out of LSU. He's the son of Dub Jones, the former great halfback for the Cleveland Browns of many years ago. Bill Oles and Lydell Mitchell, the running backs, and Freddie Scott as a flanker. Roger Carr back. A handoff to Billy Oles on a quick draw. He drives up the middle, goes for 1 yard. That's off to the 21-yard line. And he stopped on the play as Billy Oles is tackled by Richard Neal. Up front, Roger Carr and Ray Chester are the ends. Carr is a rookie from Louisiana Tech. Freddie Scott, the other wide receiver, is also a rookie from Amherst. The tackles are David Taylor and Dennis Nelson. The guards are Glenn Ressler, the 11-year veteran, and Elmer Collette. And the center is Ken Mendenhall, no relation to John of the Giants. It's 3rd and 9 at the 21-yard line, and Bert Jones, looking for yardage here, is in a pro set. Flank out of the right, split left end. He goes straight back to pass. Setting up now. Now he throws, angling deep to the right side, and it's incomplete. It's ruled incomplete. He caught it, but he caught it out of bounds on a deep sideline pattern. Freddie Scott making the grab, a pretty catch. He dove for the ball, but when he came down, he was out of bounds.
He made a great catch, Marty, but when he did come down, he jumped for the ball, so he could not drag his toes inside on a field of play. When a receiver catches the ball, he has to come down with both feet inbound. That time his feet, when he came down, were out of bounds.
Well, the New York Jets lead by a score of 7-0. 8 minutes and 14 seconds remain in this first quarter. It's 4th and 9 for the Colts on their 21. David Lee, a 10-year veteran, in punt formation now. He's a rangy 6'4", back on his own 6-yard line. Roscoe Word in single safety for the New York Jets. Lee standing on a 6, waiting the snap from center. Where's number 49? Still waiting. Now he gets it, moves forward, and gets the kick away. It's a pretty kick, a high twisting spiral. And Word gets it to the zone 45, starts to his left, gets one block, and then he's fall down at the 48-yard line. Roscoe Word shows all kinds of courage on those plays, and time is called. The score, the New York Jets 7, the Baltimore Colts nothing. We'll take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fight of the century. The champion, Dodge Colt, weighing in with a sticker price from only $25.85, excluding state and local taxes, destination and dealer prep charges. In the other corner, Colt's much-touted high-priced opponent.
There's the bell. The cars are out of their corners. Colt's opponent throws the first punch. Front fist break, but Colt's got those. Stander, too. The Colt's getting mad. Here's another jab by Colt's opponent. Economy, but Colt responds with great gas mileage. Now Dodge Colt is throwing the punches. Ooh, there's an inside hood release, a 4-speed transmission, and a lineup of 6 models. Colt's opponent can't take it.
The decision is unanimous. Dodge Colt, the winner and champion prize fighter.
See your local Dodge Colt dealer where prices start at just $2,585.
With Dave Herman, I'm Marty Glickman speaking to you from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Midway through this first quarter of play, the New York Jets lead the Baltimore Colts 7-0. It's Jets ball, 1st and 10 on their 49-yard line. Again, the passing formation, slot formation right, split left end, Castor split wide to the left. Namath fakes the handoff, back to pass, sets up, plenty of time. Now he throws down the middle and deep. Caught by David Knight at the 30, the 25-yard line. He cuts back to the right and down at the 17-yard line. Along the left side, David Knight twisting and turning. He caught a bullet. When he turned to catch that pass, there it was. He was really surprised. You could see him suddenly fling his hands up, almost in protection, because that pass was coming like a bullet right to him. And there it was. He grabbed it with those great hands of his. 1st and 10 for the New York Jets at the 17-yard line. A 35-yard pass play.
Joe must have thrown that ball. He must have threw that ball 25 yards, and that ball didn't vary 1 inch. It went like a bullet. And you said David Knight protected himself. I think that's what he was doing.
It would have hit him right in the mask. Eddie Bell comes in now. Flank wide to the right side, replacing David Knight. Split wide left is G. Barkum. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Namath calls signals. Takes the snap. Hands off to Adamley on a draw play. Gets away from one man. Goes to the line of scrimmage. Drives forward. Picks up a couple of yards to the 15-yard line. Adamley driving hard. Pulled down on the play by Dan Dickel, a linebacker. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line of the Baltimore Colts.
And that time the Baltimore Colts just guessed right, Marty, because they had an end tackle game. That meaning the tackle went one way and the defensive end looped around behind him, and they met the draw play right there at the hole. Just a good guessing game for the Colts. David Knight comes back into the lineup, replacing Eddie Bell. It's 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The Jets are out in front by a score of 7-0. I haven't seen Joe Namath look sharper this year. Threw one poor pass when he was semi-rushed. Slot formation on the left side. Split right end, Richard Castor. 2nd and 8 on the 15. Back to pass, Namath again, throws to the left side. And this time is caught again by David Knight to the 10-yard line. He picks up 5 yards on the play. David Knight making a lot of good grabs, leaping high in the air that time. Closely covered by Stan White. Stan White, that linebacker who a year ago it was who bruised Joe so severely that Joe was out most of the season. But you mentioned that you haven't seen Joe throw better. Well, neither have the coaches. Talking to the coaches on the way down here, it was a loose week because of being the last week of the season, and they're doing so well. The Jets had a loose week of practice, and they said themselves that they've never seen Joe look any better.
He is really sharp. He's throwing bullets out there now. 3rd and 3 at the 10-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. A regular pro set this time. Knight is flanked wide right. Barkum split about 6 yards to the left side. The running backs remain Adamley and Riggins. The handoff goes to Adamley trying to, and then sweep. He drives off tackle, drives through to the 8-yard line. He does not make the first down. He needed 3, and he picked up 1 or 2 yards on the play. And it looks like another field goal attempt coming up. Adamley picked up only a yard on the play down to the 9-yard line, so it's 4th and 2 at the 9. Tom McLeod, a linebacker, led the defensive charge. And once again, Pat Leahy will try a field goal, this time from some 26 yards out.
Mike Adamley was a bit too far behind his running guards that time. Both guards pulled on that particular play, and had Adamley been right behind him, I think he would have popped that thing.
Make this a 27-yard attempt. Leahy will try it. Slight angle to the left, open end. The snap. Kick is up. High enough and deep enough, and this one is good. And a penalty marker is down. A penalty marker is thrown down. Let's see what the call is. And it's apparently against the Jets. Tripping is called against, of all things, tripping is called against the Jets. A personal foul, tripping against the Jets. I've never seen that call on a field goal attempt before.
I've never seen it called, but I know where it came from. When you line up for a field goal, you have two guys on the flanker, each guy on a flanker, and there's two guys rush these individuals, and they have to have a bounce technique, or somehow they have to block two people. A lot of times they do trip, and they got caught at it.
I've never seen that call in that situation. I've seen it in open field play, of course, many times, tripping, but it's really unusual. And the yardstick is brought out. Wait a second. They still haven't marked off yardage, and the Jets have not gone back. It may have been two offsetting penalties. Let's see what the call is going to be. They haven't done anything yet. Now they're marking off yardage. 5, 10. Let's see what this call is here. Signal again from the official. A personal foul is being signaled now, and it's tripping. 10 yards.
But why the 10 yards?
I don't understand that, unless it's new. 37-yard field goal attempt coming up now. Holding is 10 yards this year. I didn't know tripping was. Okay. 37-yard field goal attempt. Ball is snap, placed down and booted. It's partially blocked. It goes down to the goal line. Near the goal line, it's rolling around at the 2, and it's rolling dead at the 2-yard line. Touchdown, and it's like a punt. That's where the ball is. That's where it's going to be, at the 2-yard line. It was touchdown by the Jets while still in play, but they're bringing it back because of the new rule this year, right back to the spot of the previous down. It didn't cross the goal line. The ball was blown dead. Had it been touched down by either club before the ball was blown dead, it would have been there. But it was blown dead first and then touched. So the ball comes out to the spot of the previous down. Oh, well. Still 7-0. It was Bailey who blocked that field goal attempt. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Baltimore Colts. 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Jets are leading 7-0. It's Colts ball. Pitch out wide to the left side to Mitchell. Mitchell hit back of the line of scrimmage and dumped for a loss. Held up right by John Ebersol. Ebersol saw that play. He was in the backfield just about as quickly as that pulling guard was.
And Marty, they had great pursuit, but Ebersol made the play. He made the force him back inside, and a great pursuit of the New York Jets caught up with it. He was surrounded by 4 or 5 would-be tacklers.
A 2-yard loss for the Baltimore Colts on the last play at 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line. The New York Jets have had 3 opportunities to score, have scored on only 1 of those 3 opportunities on that 25-yard touchdown pass from Namath to Barkum. A flanker T formation on the left side. Man in motion comes back to the right side. Dropping back the pass is Jones, looking to set up, being rushed hard, throws a screen to left, caught by Mitchell to the 20, up to the 25, he's got blockers, along the far sideline, he's running the bounds at about the 30-yard line. The play is good for not quite a first down, about a yard shy of the first down. Lydell Mitchell carrying it for some 11 yards, and John Ebersol forced him out of bounds just short of the 30-yard line. They place it down at the 29, so it's 3rd and 1 at the 29-yard line. Mitchell came into the ball game today with 59 pass receptions. He leads the league in that category. That was his 60th of the season. Having quite a year. John Andrews comes in at fullback now, replacing Billy Oles. So it's Mitchell and Andrews in the backfield. Scott split wide out to the right side. The rest of the ball club is tied. It's 3rd and 1. Defense is packed and solid. Up the middle comes Andrews. He scrambles forward, and he may or may not have made it. Let's see. Looks as though he did. The Jets came up with the football, but after the whistle sounded, it's first down for the Baltimore Colts, just over the 30-yard line of the Colts. Andrews carried it in, fumbled after he was down. Ball placed down at the 31. Picked up 2 on the play, makes it 1st and 10 now at the 31-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The Jets lead in the game 7-0. They've dominated this first quarter of play, yet they only have 1 score. They had 3 attempts deep in Colt territory, cashed in on only the first attempt. Split left end is Roger Carr. Flanker wide to the right side now is Freddie Scott. 1st and 10 at the 31. Back to pass. Jones making a handoff. Throws down the middle. And it's caught by Raymond at the 25 of the Jets. He runs it down to the 42. And he's pulled down there by Al Atkinson. A beautiful pass. A bullet. Thrown by Bert Jones. And Ray Chester going deep downfield. Turned and button hooked back. Caught it. Drove downfield to the 42 of the New York Jets, where it's 1st and 10 at the 42 of the Jets. 27 yards on the play. 1st and 10 at the 42 of the New York Jets. Ball is midway between the sidelines. Power I formation. But they shift out of the power I as Freddie Scott comes over as a flanker to the right side. So it winds up a regular pro set. The running backs are Olds and Mitchell. Bert Jones takes it. Hands off to Mitchell. A power sweep around his own right end. He makes the turn. Drives downfield inside the 40. Knocked out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Picks up 4 yards on the play. Al Atkinson driving him out of bounds. Atkinson playing middle linebacker in place of Jamie Rivers. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 38 of the New York Jets. The New York Jets leading in the game 7-0. But now the Colts are threatening. 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in this first quarter.
The Baltimore Colts, Marty. The Baltimore Colts are looking pretty well on offense. Had it not been for that intercepted pass, they looked pretty well the first series. Now this series, they certainly look good. They're moving the football down the field.
It's 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line of the Jets. The Jets lead 7-0. Roger Carr splits wide out to the left side. Man in motion comes to the right, Freddie Scott, but he usually sets to the right. Now he is set out there. I formation on the backfield. Olds in front of Mitchell. Signals called to hand off to Olds. He drives up the middle, goes for 5 yards before he stops. From the 38-yard line down to the 33-yard line. Richard Neal leading the defensive charge. Also helping out on the play is Phil Wise. Down to the 33, makes it 3rd and 1 at the 33-yard line. And they may measure on this one. It's very close to the first down. No, they don't. 3rd and 1 at the 33. New York Jets leading 7-0. Their score came on a 25-yard pass from Namath to Barkum. The first time they had the ball, they drove 75 yards for the score.
And so many times you see a blocked field goal turn the momentum against the football team, like it has happened here. The blocked field goal that the Colts blocked has given the Colts momentum, added momentum to get this score.
Short yardage formation, a flanker to the right side. The rest of the ball club is tight. The Jet defense packed in solidly. 3rd and 1 at the 33. The handoff goes to Olds. He stopped. Pulled down, and he may not have made it. He was hit back of the line of scrimmage, but then he squirmed free and drove up until Barzalauskas held him. And now it is the first down. He was stopped originally, but he kept his drive, Billy Olds did. Circled to his right a couple of yards and then drove forward for the yard necessary for the first down of the 32. So it's 1st and 10 at the 32 of the New York Jets. The Colts started this drive on their 20-yard line. They're now to the Jets' 32-yard line. Bert Jones running the ball club, a rangy 6'3", 205-pound quarterback, wears number 7. Split left end is Roger Carr. Now Scott comes over to the right side and sets right. So it's a regular pro set. Back to pass is Jones on first down. Throws over the middle of the left side. It's caught by Mitchell. Mitchell will lose one man at the 25, drives down to the 21. Stopped at the 21-yard line. 11 yards on the play and a first down. Al Atkinson and Roscoe Word combine to stop him. That's pass reception number 61 for Lydell Mitchell. 1st and 10 at the 21 of the New York Jets.
John Ebersol had him there. John Ebersol had him after a 5-yard gain. As soon as he caught the ball, Ebersol hit him. But Ebby had his head down. When you're tackling, when a football player makes a tackle out there, he's got to keep his head up. If you drop your head, you have a chance of missing him. That's what happened to John Ebersol.
Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line of the ball of the New York Jets. The Baltimore Colts in possession of this ball, threatening the New York Jets. Signals being called by Bert Jones. Takes it. Hands off to Olds. Olds trying to circle his left end. He drives downfield. Picks up good yardage. Maybe 5 yards on the play before Roscoe Word can cut him down. He's inside the 20. Down. Picked up about 4 on the last play. Let's see where they place it inbounds. Place it down close to the 17-yard line. 4 yards. Makes it 2nd and 6 at the 17. Billy Olds, a rugged fullback at 6'1", 224 pounds. Lydell Mitchell is 5'11", 204 pounds. He's a 4-year veteran out of Penn State. Mitchell having a fine year for the Baltimore Colts, one of the few. Roger Carr splits wide to the left side. And again, coming in motion to the right is Freddie Scott. Those two are rookies, the 2 wide receivers. 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line. A quick pitch over the middle caught by Ray Chester. He's down to the 10-yard line and he's knocked down by Al Atkinson. That time, Bert Jones just raised up, threw to the tight end, Ray Chester, right over the middle. Just a little toss about 4 yards down as the first quarter comes to an end. And when the second quarter starts, it'll be 1st and goal to go at the 10. With Dave Herman, I'm Marty Glickman speaking to you from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, where the New York Jets are leading the Baltimore Colts by a score of 7-0 going into the second quarter of play. Colts have the ball, 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line.
And the Colts are moving now, Marty. It's up to the Jets to shut them down. If the Colts get a score here, they're going to make a real tough football game out of this.
Okay, the Jets had 3 chances to score. One resulted in a missed field goal. The second resulted in a blocked field goal. Now it's 1st and goal at the 10-yard line for the Baltimore Colts. They shift into a regular pro set. Bert Jones under the center and calling signals. takes the snap, goes back to pass on first down, throws over to the left side. It's caught at the 6-yard line by Mitchell, and he's downed immediately by John Ebersol. Ebersol made the hit. Immediately a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and goal to go at the 6-yard line. 7 for 10 for Bert Jones thus far today. He has a hot hand passing. The ball is very close to the 5-yard line. We'll call a 2nd and goal at the 5.
I think they'll be changing that coverage. The New York Jets have been trying to cover Mitchell with Ebersol. I think they'll be changing that coverage to put somebody else on him because they've been very effective hitting Mitchell out there in the left flat.
2nd goal to go at the 5-yard line. Roger Carr splits wide to the left, and again they go into the pro set. The running backs are Oles and Mitchell. The tight end is Ray Chester. Signal's called by Jones. He takes it, looks downfield, throws over the middle. It's blocked right in the line. Incomplete. It looked like maybe Big Barzalowskis or Neal. I think Barzalowskis knocked that pass down as it was being angled to the right side, intended for Freddie Scott. So it'll be 3rd and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Here's a critical play in this ball game right now.
It was Big Barzal that knocked the ball down, and that's a big target to throw over. Big Barzalowskis is 6'6", 6'7", and when he sticks those arms up, that's a lot of man to throw over.
And you can't throw around him either. He's that wide. 3rd and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Don McCauley is in at running back now. 3rd and goal at the 5. Back to pass is Jones, setting up now. Throws over the middle. Touchdown! Lydell Mitchell makes the grab right in front of John Ebersol. Lydell Mitchell catches another one. He caught it right at the goal line as John Ebersol was reaching over his shoulders to knock it away. The ball was by and into the gut of Mitchell for the score. It's 7-6. An 80-yard drive by the Baltimore Colts.
And they didn't change their coverage fast enough because Lydell Mitchell was covered that time man-on-man by John Ebersol.
Tony Linhart will try the point after touchdown, soccer style, number 2. Signals call, the ball a snap, placed down and booted. It's up, and it's good. It's through there. The score, the New York Jets 7, the Baltimore Colts 7. Tony Linhart has teed up the football. This ball game is tied at 7-7. Lou Picone waiting back at his own 4-yard line. He's the deep man. Signals Linhart indicating both sides. His right and left are ready, and now he starts forward at an angle to boot that ball, soccer style, and he kicks it high in the air, very high. Picone gets it at the 14-yard line, starts up along the left of the 20, the 25, the 30, breaks down to the cliff of the ball, the 40. He may go all the way, cuts back to the left, past midfield. He's down at the 48-yard line. Last man, Bill Oles. Now Joe Orduña. Joe Orduña made the tackle. A reserve back, a former Giant, made the tackle at the 48-yard line, a 38-yard return. And that can set fire to the New York Jets. That fine return by Lou Picone.
And that's what they needed, Marty. They needed a good return like that to get the Jets in good field position. Lou Picone almost broke that one all the way.
It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Again, their passing formation, a slot right and a split left end, cast a split left. Signals called by Namath. He fakes the handoff. He's back to pass, and he's hit down a fumble, a loose ball. Hit down hard by the defensive right linebacker, Dan Dickel. Dickel came in untouched. And for a moment, I had visions of a year ago when another linebacker, Stan White, came in untouched and hit Joe and knocked him out for most of the season.
It was just fortunate that Joe saw him coming because he then had no reason to look over here. There was a blown assignment out there by somebody because both backs went to the left and the tight end released off the line of scrimmage, letting that linebacker come free.
A 10-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 20 on the New York Jets' 42-yard line. It's only the 18th time that Joe has been sacked this year, the lowest in the National Football League. 2nd and 20 at the 42. High formation in the backfield. Again, that passing formation for the wide receivers. Namath back to pass. Throws deep down to the right side to Barkum. Barkum grabs it. Barkum has the ball at the 18-yard line, a first down. Barkum with another remarkable grab, and Ray Oldham was the man wrestling with Barkum for the ball. But G. Barkum is developing into quite a wrestler. He wrestles balls away from opponents as he did last week, but many times previous. Big G is 6'4", 212 pounds. Ray Oldham is 6 feet, 200 pounds. And G. Barkum is just too tough for him.
A great job of catching the ball by G. Barkum. Reminded you of last week in the game touchdown-winning catch that he made in the mud. But that time Joe was really hit by Joe Ehrman. The Colts are starting to put a pass rush on Joe.
The play was good for 45 yards, and the Jets threaten again. 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line of the Colts. A regular pro set this time. Riggins and Adamley are the running backs. No, they go into the passing formation. Slot left, split right end. Signals called by Namath. He's back to pass again. Throws out to the left side. Incomplete. Joe threw poorly that time, and he's unhappy with that last throw. His head is down. Hands on hips as he stomps back to the huddle. Intended out to the left side to G. Barkum, but the pass is thrown poorly about 5 yards in front of Barkum. So it's 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line. Baltimore Colts are shifting defenses. They're shooting the gap. And they're changing up on almost every play on defense to make it that much tougher for Namath and the New York Jets. It's 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line. Again, the passing formation. 2 men wide left, 1 man wide right. Back to pass is Namath. Throws out to the left flat. It's caught by Barkum. Barkum near the 10-yard line tries to elude 2 men. His forward progress stopped at the 10-yard line as he hit back close to the 14. Picks up 8 yards on the play, makes it 3rd and 2. The ball is at the 10-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Muncie and Dickel combined to stop him. Are they using a 3-man rush in there?
Yeah, they've been using a 3-man rush ever since Joe started hurting them early in the football game. But off that 3-man rush, they're blitzing. They're blitzing almost every down. They're coming with one linebacker or another. Every down they're coming with somebody to try and confuse him and to confuse his offensive pass protection.
Short yardage situation. The 3 running backs are Riggins, Adamley, and Burns. It's a straight T. The straight T formation. 3 men across the bar of the T. 3rd and 2 at the 10. Will Joe go for it with a run or a pass? It looks like an offside against the Colts. It is offside. Riggins drives off right tackle. He picks up a yard or 2, but it doesn't matter because the Colts were offside. It'll be a first down called for the New York Jets. 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Stan White, the linebacker, looking to shoot the gap to blitz, was across the line of scrimmage before that ball was snapped. And the yardage is being marked off now. It'll be 1st and goal to go. The ball just short of the 5-yard line.
It's a good job of the center out there, Mulligan. When Mulligan sees somebody jump off sides to the Baltimore Colts, he snaps the ball as soon as he sees somebody jump offside. He doesn't have to wait until the snap count comes. As long as he can catch the Baltimore Colts offside, he's going to take him.
The score is tied, 7 and 7. 11 minutes and 26 seconds remain in this first half. The Jets are threatening the score again. 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Knight and Barkum split wide to the left side. Rich cast a flank wide right. Riggins and Adamley are the running backs. Namath calling signals. As motion called against David Knight. Riggins carries the ball around the left end and drives for a yard. But David Knight was in motion before that ball was snapped. We saw him take one hesitant step forward. The penalty markers are thrown, and it'll be 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line. Curtis and White knocked Riggins out of bounds on the far side, but of course the Colts will accept that penalty. It'll be 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line. And this is the second time that penalties have hurt the Jets when they're deep in cold territory.
On that particular play, it was unnecessary for David Knight to go offside because he wasn't really involved that much in the play. It was a running play with Riggins carrying the football. And if a wide receiver, they'd like to have a wide receiver, if he forgets his snap count, to wait until the ball is snapped before he moves.
Well, it's 1st and goal at just short of the 10-yard line. The tail of the football resting up a hash mark on the left of the 11-yard line. Now it's that passing formation as Eddie Bell is in the slot to the left side. Barkum is on the outside to the left, and Castor's flank wide right. It's 1st and goal at the 10. Namath drops straight back to pass, sets up, into the pocket, throws over the middle. It's caught at about the 8-yard line. Hit down immediately is G. Barkum. Barkum from his wide formation left came over the middle, and Mike Curtis came smashing in and knocked him down. They place the ball down at the 8-yard line. Play is good for only 2 yards, so it's 2nd and goal to go at the 8. And now Eddie Bell goes out of the lineup, and David Knight comes back in. So Knight is a wide receiver along with G. Barkum, and they usually put wide left or right on the same side.
A good job of coverage in that last play by the Baltimore Colts because Joe had to go short. He had to go short. The pass rush was breaking down at the time. He had to go short to Barkum.
2nd and goal to go at the 8-yard line. And Knight and Barkum are split wide left, Castor flank wide right. Back to pass. Penalty markers on the play. It looks like offside called. Adamley takes it, drives down to the 1-yard line, and he's dropped at the 1 off right tackle. Penalty markers are down. Look like the Colts may have been offside. Offside is called against the Colts. And I think it's close enough for it to be a first down as well. Let's see where it is. No, it was 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line at the outset. No, it's no first down. It may be. I think they're going to refuse that penalty because it would bring it down to the 4-yard line, but right now they're at the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 1.
And that's a good job of heads-up football by little Mike Adamley. The Baltimore Colts saw the flags going sort of relaxed, and Mike Adamley almost got a touchdown.
He went right down to the 1. Joe Namath is talking with the officials. It'll either be 2nd and goal at the 4 or 3rd and goal at the 1. Tough call right here.
I would say it's a tough call because if they don't take the penalty, they're going to lose the down. If they do take the penalty, they're going to keep the down the same.
Well, they refused the penalty. Namath refused the penalty, and the ball is inside the 1-yard hash mark at the right side. The tail of the football is at the 1-yard line, so they have 2 feet to go. It's 3rd and goal to go. About 2 feet out. Burns, Adamley, and Riggins are the running backs. There are 3 fullbacks in there right now. And Dave Herman points to John Riggins' name on our spotting chart as if to say Riggins is going to carry it. Well, let's see. 3rd and goal to go at the 1. Signal's called. It goes to Riggins. He goes over and in. Touchdown. Nice call, David. He drove off right guard and hurdled his way in. He wasn't going to be stopped that time.
Nobody's more pleased about John Riggins than Coach Charley Winner. Coach Charley Winner thinks John Riggins is playing the kind of football that he knows John Riggins can play. John Riggins is a super football player.
13-7, the New York Jets lead the Baltimore Colts now with 10:23 to go in this first half. Point after attempt coming up. They're driving in, or they drove into the closed end of Memorial Stadium. It's a horseshoe stadium, wide open on one side, all closed in on the other. Signals call, the ball to snap, placed down and kicked. It's up and it's through there. And the score of the New York Jets 14, the Baltimore Colts 7. Let's take New York Jets now kicking off to either Cotton Spira or Bruce Ladd, standing back on their 5-yard line. There's Leahy's kick, high in the air and fairly short. Coming down to Spira at the 10-yard line. It comes up along the left side of the 20, 25 along the left, dodges 2 men and goes over the 30-yard line to about the 32, where he's knocked down hard. Right down to the bottom of the pile, you might expect Mike Adamley and Phil Wise. Emerson Boozer and Hank Bajorkland, who were hurt last week, are not playing thus far today. A momentary altercation out there between Phil Wise and one of the Baltimore Colts. Ball is placed down at the 31-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts there. 1st and 10 on their 31, with the New York Jets leading 14-7. There are 10 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this first half. The Colts break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Carr splits wide out to the left side. They line up in a power I, but Freddie Scott, the flanker back, usually goes in motion. Now he goes in motion to the right side, stays in motion, a pitch out wide right to Mitchell, trying to circle the right end, tries to make the turn, drives upfield, picks up yardage, cuts back. He's got about 8 yards on the play before he's dropped at the 39-yard line. Richard Neal made the tackle, Lydell Mitchell carrying. Boy, he's a tough halfback to handle.
He is a tough guy to handle. Petey Sowles made a great play out there. The power sweep was coming out there with blockers ahead of Lydell Mitchell, and Petey Sowles knocked them both down. But the thing was, he didn't have the great pursuit that they've been having in the first quarter. They didn't have that great pursuit to make the play.
Picked up 9 yards, Mitchell did on that last one. He now already has 5 catches today, 5 pass receptions, for a total of 64, which is a new National Football League record for running backs. 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Mitchell goes in motion to the right side. The handoff goes to Oles. Oles drives up the middle, picks up the first down and more, keeps driving, and goes to 5-6 yards before he stopped up around the 46, 47-yard line as Billy Oles carried. Tackled by Phil Wise. He made 7 on the play up to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Billy Oles, the fullback, Lydell Mitchell, the halfback. It's 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts as they trail the Jets 14-7, now with 9 minutes remaining in this first half.
And the Colts are making quite a football game out there. They're not giving up at all. They're going right after the New York Jets. They're running the football very well.
Again, Carr, a rookie, splits wide to the left side. Another rookie, Scott, goes in motion on the right side. Then he sets his flanker wide right. Running backs are Oles and Mitchell. Quarterback, Bert Jones, takes the snap, drops straight back, throws a quick square out to the right side, and it's incomplete. In and out of the arms of Lydell Mitchell. No, not Mitchell, but Freddie Scott. Freddie Scott wears number 86, Mitchell number 26. A penalty marker is thrown down at the same time. Let's see what the call is.
It appears like they caught Ralph Baker trying to hold Raymond Chester coming off the line. Ralph being a strong, at that time, with a strong side linebacker, he plays heads up on Raymond Chester, the tight end. It looked like he held him coming off the line.
It was holding called against Ralph Baker, an automatic first down at the 48-yard line of the New York Jets. So it's 1st and 10 at the 48 of New York. Baltimore Colts in possession, but the Jets lead 14-7. Both teams able to move well against each other thus far today. Again, they're in the regular pro set with Scott flank wide right, Carr split wide left. The handoff goes to Mitchell. He drives up the middle, spins forward for 2 yards up to the midfield line. Mitchell spinning up the middle, and Richard Neal slicing in from end, helped out by Al Atkinson. They combine to make the tackle at the 45-yard line of the New York Jets. 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the 43.
As long as the New York Jets are only 7 points ahead, the Baltimore Colts can continue to run like that. I'm sure the Jet defense would like to see Joe put another 7 points on there, get a 14-point lead, and start forcing Bert Jones to throw the football.
Well, now it's 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line of the New York Jets. Again, they're in that pro set. Carr wide left, Scott wide right. Back to pass is Jones, setting up now. Throws, angling on the left side. Knocked down with the ball by Roscoe Word is Lydell Mitchell. What a play by Roscoe Word. He timed it perfectly. He could not get in front of Mitchell, who'd come around the left side, circling out of the backfield. He could not get in front of Mitchell and knock the ball away, but he timed his jump right into Mitchell, so that when the ball got to Mitchell, he got to him also and knocked Mitchell and the ball flying.
And that's that different pass coverage we were talking about, saying the Jets had to go into a different coverage and take Ebersol off of Mitchell one-on-one. That time, Roscoe Ward stayed right there in a short flat to take the pattern.
It's 3rd and 7 at the 45-yard line. Again, the same pro set, a passing situation, and Jones does go back to pass. Sets up, throws down the middle. It's deflected, incomplete. High in the air, Phil Wise going after it. Couldn't get to it because Burgess Owens deflected that pass. Intended for Ray Chester. It was incomplete. So it's 4th and 7 at the 45-yard line. And as you point out, Dave, the Colts don't seem to be as effective with Bert Jones throwing on almost every down.
No, and that's what the Jets want to do. They want to get him in a position where he has to throw the football because he's not that good of a passer, and they don't have that great of a passing attack. The great part of their attack is throwing to the halfbacks coming out of the backfield.
Well, it's 4th and 7 at the Jets' 45, and David Lee drops way back in punt formation, back to his own 40-yard line. Roscoe Word is back on his own 10-yard line. He's tricky back there. 10-man front for the New York Jets, looking to try to block this kick, apparently. They're 10 men on the line of scrimmage, and Word is well back. Snap comes back. Here's the kick, and he just does get it away. A perfect kick coming over the near side to Roscoe Word. Word lets it bounce, and it goes into the end zone for the touchback. At the half, New England 24, Miami 17. In the second quarter, Giants 7, St. Louis nothing. Jets ball, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Signals being called by Joe Namath. He takes it, hands off to Riggins. Riggins drives off right tackle, goes to the outside of the 25 to 30-yard line. Along the near side, he's knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A 13-yard run, a beauty. Off tackle smash, and Riggins that time was playing the halfback position, the deep back in the I formation, Adam Lee playing fullback.
And Marty, they've been switching back and forth all game long. One time, John Riggins will be in the normal fullback position. Next time, he'll be in the halfback position. The Baltimore Colts are using that 3-man defensive line again, and Joe's trying to start attacking it the way he did then inside his offensive tackles.
Riggins has carried 6 times for 36 yards thus far. I make that to be a 6-yard average. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Regular pro set for the Jets. Namath back to pass, setting up. Looks downfield, throws angling to the left. Caught by Barkum at the 39-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 39 on a quick square out left. Rich Castor it is, I'm sorry. Rich Castor on a quick square out to the left side. Number 88, Rich Castor, of course. He picks up 6 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets are leading 14-7 with 7.5 minutes to go in this first half.
And as long as Joe's pass protection keeps holding up that way, he can put Richard Castor way out there as they split in. And that's the luxury of having a good pass protecting outfit, a good pass protecting offensive line, being able to get your tight end way out in that pattern.
Eddie Bell is in, replacing David Knight. He's flanked wide right. Rest of the ball club is tight. I formation in the backfield. The hand off to Riggins. At halfback, he starts left. Goes around the left side, drives upfield, goes past midfield, picks up speed down to the 40-yard line. He's pulled down to the side at the 40-yard line. A remarkable run by John Riggins. He started up the middle, swung outside wide left, cut back to the right, drove between tacklers, and was finally pinned at the 41-yard line where they place it down, the 41-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. He picks up 20 yards on the play. Another fine run by John Riggins. He's doing quite a job. Eddie Bell goes to the sidelines now. David Knight replaces him, and Knight flanks wide to the right side. G. Barkum split wide left. It's 1st and 10 at the 41 of the Baltimore Colts. The Jets are leading 14-7, and the Jets are driving. Namath back to pass, setting up. Throws, angling deep down to the right side. David Knight at the 20-yard line. Slips out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A quick, deep square out thrown to David Knight. And Knight, as he cut upfield along the side, slipped out of bounds. Else he might have beaten Ray Oldham all the way for the touchdown. Ball placed down at the 21-yard line, a 20-yard pass play.
I got to tell you, Marty, everything is going just right for the Jets, especially in this series, because that time the Baltimore Colts had both linebackers coming, and Joe had both of his setbacks in there to block for it. So they're doing things just right.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The New York Jets are leading by a score of 14-7. 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go in this first half. a flanker T formation. Knight on the flank of the right side. The rest of the ball club is tight. Signals called by Namath. Takes the snap. Hands off to Adamley. Adamley drives off right tackle. Goes smashing forward for 2 yards to the 19-yard line. He tried to swing outside at the last moment. We stopped by Tom McLeod. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 19 of the Baltimore Colts. Here are some more scores. In the fourth quarter, Atlanta 10, Green Bay 3. At the half, New England 24, Miami 17. In the second period, Cleveland 7, Houston 7. At the half, Washington 21, Chicago Bears nothing. It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The New York Jets leading 14-7. The Jets go into a slot formation on the left side, and Castor is a tight right end this time. Let's see if he stays tight. 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line. Signals called. Up the middle goes John Riggins. He takes the handoff and drives forward right down to the 15-yard line. Picks up 4 yards on the play. Tremendous power by John Riggins, led up front by Wayne Mulligan, Gary Petz, Winston Hill, and Randy Rasmussen. You can see the Colt line driven back by the power of that front 4, as well as the drive of John Riggins.
And the middle linebacker, Mike Curtis, was so eager to blitz that he got up in the line of scrimmage, and Joe saw him missing from his regular position, so he attacked where he wasn't and got good yardage.
Picked up 4 on the play, makes it 3rd and 4 at the 15-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. A critical play coming up right now. Slot formation left, split right end. Castro split right. 2 wide receivers are left, Barkum and Knight. Signals called by Namath. 3rd and 4 at the 15. Back to pass is Namath. Throws a quick square out to the left. No, a quick pass into the end zone, and it's a penalty marker is thrown down. A penalty marker is thrown down. Let's see the call. Interference called against the Colts. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. G. Barkum interfered with by Nelson Muncie in the end zone. Now the interference took place at the 2-yard line. That's where the interference took place. So it's 1st and goal to go at the 2.
And I tell you, that's one reason right there I can't believe Joe Namath going anywhere to play football except here, because he has those great receivers. That time, all he did was put that ball real high in the air, and he knew he had the guy to get down there underneath, and he knew Chief Barkum would catch the football.
Crowd of about, I would guess, between 20 and 25,000 on hand here today. Disappointing crowd for a city that has such fine teams. You know, those Baltimore Orioles and the Baltimore Colts are championship ball clubs, or have been. And I guess if you don't, what have you done for me lately, I suppose? 1st and goal to go at the 2, and the crowd is howling again. Now the teams are lined up again. Namath calling signals. Looking right and left. He may go this time. Takes the snap. Gives off to Riggins. Drives to the goal line and goes in. Touchdown. That stopped the booing and started the cheering. Listen. Jet fans have come down from up around the New York metropolitan area, and those Jet fans around Baltimore as well. And you can hear them yelling with approval in the background. And the Jets lead now 20-7 as John Riggins goes in from 2 yards out. 20-7. Here's the point after attempt coming in right now. Leahy to kick it. Greg Gant, the punter, to hold. Gant has not punted today. Signals called. Ball a snap. Placed down and kicked. It's up and it's through there. The score, the New York Jets 21, the Baltimore Colts 7. Timmy Berry gets the kickoff and drives up along the left sideline of the 27-yard line, where he's stopped by the New York Jets. Tim Berry stopped by Mike Adamley, number 1 again in on the tackle, and helped out by Steve Reese, a linebacker for the New York Jets. Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts. The ball is at their 27-yard line. The New York Jets are out in front by a score of 21-7. And there are 4 minutes and 59 seconds to go in this first half of play. Joe Namath is really sharp thus far today. 3 long drives by the New York Jets, engineered by Joe. He's 13 for 18, passing for 198 yards. It's 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to pass is Bert Jones, setting up a screen coming up. He throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. It's headed for Lydell Mitchell, and a penalty marker as well. A penalty marker apparently against the Colts. They're pointing to the Baltimore Colts. A penalty marker was thrown.
And it looks like one of their offensive linemen was downfield, an ineligible pass receiver being downfield. When the ball is thrown, all linemen have to be on their own side of the line of scrimmage.
There's the signal now. Hands on head by referee Fred Swearingen, indicating ineligible receiver downfield. 1st and 10, and the Jets may elect to refuse the penalty. Let's see if they do. They're talking now with Ralph Baker, defensive captain. Oh, the Jets are going to take the penalty. And they bring it back 15 yards. back to the 13-yard line. So it's 1st and 25 at the 13-yard line.
This is a situation that all defensive people like, being ahead of them 14 points, have them in the hole right now. They're going to have to throw the football. They know it. All they got to do is rush the passer now. They don't have to worry about the runs that much.
It's 1st and 25 at the 13-yard line. Baltimore Colts huddle up around their own 5. The Jets are out in front by 14 points. There are 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go in this first half. Roger Carr splits wide to the left side. Freddie Scott, another rookie, flanked wide to the right side. The running backs are Mitchell and Owens. Signals called. Bert Jones goes back to his own 3-yard line. Standing there. Now he throws short, deflected high in the air, and caught on the fly. Burgess Owens has it at the 20, the 15 along the near side. Touchdown! Burgess Owens goes in for the score. The pass was deflected by another Jet, by Ralph Baker, and Burgess Owens caught it on the fly, angled to his right, drove along the sideline. The Jets have run off the bench to congratulate Burgess Owens. Owens has the touchdown for the New York Jets, who now lead 27-7.
And the guy out there, the farthest, was Joe Namath, actually on the field with his cape, congratulating the defense.
There's Joe out there walking back to the sideline now. His great big green cape, his helmet in hand. On the play, it looked like Freddie Scott may have been jarred, and he's being helped to the sideline. But here's the point after coming up for the 28th point for the New York Jets. Just as you said, where the defense likes to get the offense deep in their own territory, and it paid off that time, David. Here's the point after attempt. The kick now by Leahy is up, and it's good. The score, the New York Jets 28, the Baltimore Colts 7. Tim Berra of the Baltimore Colts running it back from the 5-yard line up to the 30-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Tim Berra, a rookie for the Colts. Probably his dad is listening or watching the ball game today. Yogi Berra, of course. Tackle him on a play made by Bill Ferguson and Phil Wise. And it's 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts, who trail the New York Jets 28-7, now with 4.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Bert Jones almost has to pass on almost every down. He's also trailing 28-7, and Jones does go back. Throws a quick pitch over the middle, intercepted by Ralph Baker at the 30-yard line. He's down to the 25 along the left sideline. He may have, no, he goes down to the 14-yard line. I was about to say he may have another touchdown, but he was tackled at the 14-yard line by Glenn Ressler, the offensive guard. Ralph Baker, halfback extraordinary.
Extraordinary speed, too. I thought Baker was going to go into the end zone like he did last week, but he didn't have quite the help. He had the same speed he had last week, but he didn't have quite the help. And as always, somebody was responsible for that, and that time was Ed Gallagher, put the great rush on the quarterback, Bert Jones. Ed Gallagher jumped over the top of his man and put a great rush on the quarterback.
New York Jets threatening once more. It's 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. There are 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this first half, which may be the longest first half of the year thus far. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Signals called by Joe Namath. Flanker wide to the right side is David Knight. Adamley and Jackson are the running backs now. Riggins being given a breather. It goes to Jackson trying to swing wide. He cuts off tackle, drives to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. No gain at all on the play as Jazz Jackson running the ball is stopped on an end sweep by Tom McLeod and Mike Curtis, the 2 linebackers. So it's 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line. Eddie Bell comes into the lineup replacing David Knight. I didn't see John Riggins hurt or he's damaged in any way. It may be that Jackson is being given an opportunity now with the Jets so far ahead.
And being with the question mark of whether Joe's coming back or not, but I would like to see Al Woodall come in here and start quarterbacking the New York Jets.
He may in the second half. Namath is still in there. It's 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line. It's a regular pro set. Barkum is split wide right. Eddie Bell split wide left, and Namath goes back to pass looking for Bell deep into the left corner of the end zone. Too long. Incomplete. Covered on the play by Nelson Muncie. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 15-yard line. New York Jets out in front by a score of 28-7. Here comes David Knight once again, replacing Eddie Bell. Pass overthrown just a bit by Joe Willie. He's thrown 19 times for a total of 198 yards. Completed 13 of 19. 1 touchdown thus far. 2 by Riggins and 1 by Burgess Owens on an intercept. 3rd and 10 at the 15-yard line as the Jets lead 28-7. Back to pass again is Namath, setting up, being rushed hard, and he's thrown for a loss. Way back. And Namath, flat on his back, throws the ball high in the air. While flat on his back, he's unhappy with the call. He was rushed by Jerry Dutton and Joe Ammon, and he's thrown back at the 28-yard line. A long loss, 13 yards on the play. Field goal attempt coming up.
I think what Joe's disgusted about, he didn't read that blitz when it came, because the Baltimore Colts had 3 linebackers coming all at once in an all-out blitz. 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers putting the pressure on Joe.
A 43-yard field goal attempt coming up now. 43 yards by Pat Leahy. The Jets are leading 28-7, 43 yards. The ball is snapped, placed on a kick. It's a spiral, and it goes over the end zone, incomplete. A badly kicked ball by Pat Leahy. He kicked a perfect spiral, a low line drive, just the way Namath might throw the ball.
And that would answer the question of why the New York Jets don't go for field goals all the time when it looks like they're in obvious field goal range, because it is not within his range to kick a 43-yard field goal.
With all the passing of this first half and all the altercations on the field from the stands, the fans interrupting play, this first half has now taken an hour and a half, which is about 25 minutes longer than a half usually takes, and there is still 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go.
There's a lot of time left in this first half.
28-7, the New York Jets lead the Baltimore Colts. The ball is at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Colts. Man in motion goes to the right side. That's Glenn Doughty, number 35. Back to pass is Bert Jones, setting up, throwing down the middle, and it's caught at the 40-yard line. A good catch as Roscoe Word grabs Roger Carr. And Carr is mad. He made a motion towards Roscoe Word, but Carr made the grab. Carr is a rookie, as we said, and he's a good one. He's 6'3", 200 pounds, out of Louisiana Tech, and that's his 17th catch of the season. Moves the ball up to the 42-yard line, a 15-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 at the 42.
Regardless of the score, Marty, there's an awful lot of effort going on out there. There's a lot of near altercation, a lot of near fights, but that just shows there's a lot of good, solid hitting out there.
New York Jets are leading 28-7, coming close to the 2-minute mark of the first half. It's 1st and 10 at the 42 as Bert Jones calls signals. He drops straight back to pass. Setting up now, being rushed hard and thrown for a loss. Richard Neal gets to him. A long loss. Back to the 30-yard line, a 12-yard loss. The Colts have the ball on their 30-yard line. 2nd and 22 as Richard Neal just dumped Bert Jones for a 12-yard loss. Now the Colts come to the line of scrimmage. Carr is split wide to the left side. Doughty flank wide right. The running backs are Andrews and Mitchell. 2nd and 22. Signals being called by Bert Jones. Takes it. Drops straight back. Looking downfield. Throws over the middle. Caught by Ray Chester at the 35-yard line. He busts off 2 tacklers. Goes to the 45. Nice play as he picks up 15 yards, and Burgess Owens finally hauls him down at the 44-yard line as he picks up 14 yards. It's 3rd and 8 at the 44-yard line, and Ray Chester just as big and strong and tough as ever.
And again, Richard Neal's getting a strong pass rush over there, number 64, David Taylor, their left tackle. Richard Neal getting strong pass rushes most of this first half.
Well, it's 3rd and 8 at the 44-yard line. Time is running, 1:22 to go in this first half. Slant formation on the left side, but going in motion on the right is Glenn Doughty. And back to pass is Jones. Setting up. Looks downfield. Throws out to the left flat. It's dropped. Dropped by Don McCauley. McCauley coming out of the backfield, swinging out to the left side as John Ebersole covered. I think McCauley sort of took his eyes off the ball just before it got to him.
He thought he was wide open, and he started running with the football before it actually caught it.
David Lee comes into the lineup once again. There's been no punt thus far for the New York Jets in the first half. Greg Gant has not been called upon a punt at all because the Jet offense has been moving the ball all day. Lee back to punt for the 3rd time. He's back on his own 30-yard line. Roscoe Word back on his own 15-yard line. Ready for the snap from center. 10 men on the line of scrimmage for the Jets looking to block the punt, and they almost do. Penalty marker running into the kicker by Picone. Word takes it at the 9-yard line, twists and dodge. He's down at the 11-yard line, but the punt will be nullified as the Baltimore Colts kicker, David Lee, was run into, not hard, but run into by Lou Picone. The Colts will keep the football. It's a tough penalty, but it's a warranted penalty because that punter is totally unprotected when he's kicking that ball.
And it is quite a ridiculous penalty too, Marty, because there's absolutely no reason to go back there and hit the punter, especially after he's kicked the football. There's no reason to at all.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The Colts are trailing the Jets 28-7. A minute and 5 seconds to go in this first half. Back to pass is Jones, setting up. Throws down the middle, too high, almost intercepted by Phil Wise. deflected by Roger Carr, the intended receiver. Deflected sufficiently that Wise had his timing thrown off and couldn't quite grab that ball. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line with exactly 60 seconds remaining in this first half of the New York Jets, well ahead, 28-7. If the Jets win it, they'll wind up the season 7-7 after being down 1-7.
And if the Jets keep getting a pass rush like they've been getting, they're going to win it. There's no question about it, because that time 3 or 4 guys came. Richard Neal came, Barzalowski came, and Gallagher came from the other side.
Signals are being called by Jones. A lot of men at the line of scrimmage. They have 6 men at the line of scrimmage right now for the New York Jets. Now Jones goes back to pass, throws out to the left flat. It's caught by Mitchell at the midfield line. He loses one man, and he's finally driven out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of the New York Jets. Lydell Mitchell making the grab. Another catch by him. Roscoe Word made the tackle on the play, and now the Baltimore Colts call for a timeout with 47 seconds remaining. Mitchell was hit down inbounds by Roscoe Word at the near sideline, and they have 2 timeouts left to them.
And the way he's been catching footballs out here in that left flat, you know he's got to be driving John Ebersol nuts, because John Ebersol is primarily responsible to cover him coming out of the backfield. And he not only has he driven John Ebersol nuts, but he's probably driven the rest of the weak linebackers in the league. He's really a great pass receiver.
He's caught 65 so far this year, and as we said earlier, that's a new record for a running back in the National Football League.
And with the type of speed he's got, it's easy to see why he gets open.
When play is resumed, it'll be 3rd and 5 at the 46-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets are out in front by a score of 28-7. 3rd and 5 at the 46-yard line. Slot formation to the left side. See where Lydell Mitchell is in the slot. He'll be going down as a pass receiver. Now he goes in, man goes in motion to the right side. That's Doughty. Back to pass, setting up a screen out to the left side, and is caught by McCauley. McCauley has room down to the 40-yard line, cuts back to the right, drives down to the 35, still running to the 33-yard line of the Jets. He's got a first down, and the clock shows 36 seconds. And the clock has stopped as time is called again by the Baltimore Colts. Ed Gallagher made the tackle. They've got a first down. The ball is down to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 37 for the Baltimore Colts at the New York Jets 37. And the Colts once again have called for time. Our halftime guest is going to be the ever-popular Dick Schaap, the sports editor of Sports Magazine and the sports reporter for the National Broadcasting Company as well.
Ever-popular Dick Schaap. You know, if the Baltimore Colts can get a score here, and they're going to receive the opening kickoff to start the second half, again, they could come back from this 28-7 deficit and make a football game out of it.
If they get the score right here, and there are only 36 seconds remaining in this first half. There's only 1 timeout left now to the Baltimore Colts, and they've got to get these 37 yards in the next 3 or 4 plays, or else it's over for the half.
And the Jets have gone back to the 4 defensive linemen. Now they brought Schmeising back in and took Steve Reese out of the ballgame.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. I said 37 before, misread the yard marker. 1st and 10 at the 33. Flanker wide to the right side. Freddie Scott is back in the lineup now, number 86. Roger Carr split wide left. Mitchell and McCauley are the running backs. Signals being called by quarterback Bert Jones. He takes it drop straight back. Setting up. Big rush now. He starts to run past the line of scrimmage. Down to the 25-yard line of the 20. And down he goes at the 20-yard line for a first down. John Ebersol pinned him at the 20-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 at the 20. The clock is running. 20 seconds to go. And now time is called again. Colts are at the line of scrimmage. No huddle on the play. It's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. The clock is running. 15 seconds. Jones back to pass. Looking to throw deep. Throws to the left side. And it's caught. Caught at the 9-yard line. And out of bounds immediately on the play was Roger Carr. The clock is stopped with 9 seconds. It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 9 seconds to go. And they're going to go for a field goal. Why?
I don't understand that, Marty. I think they need the 7 points a lot worse than they need the 3. 3 points is going to leave them a long way behind. But they're going to go and try and get the field goal. This is a great first half of football. Great effort out there on everybody's part.
It's taken 1 hour and 40 minutes, and usually it takes an hour and 5 or an hour and 10.
It has been a bit long.
We're going no place anyhow. There's a chartered airliner from Eastern Airlines ready to take us back, so what's the hurry? It's the end of the season. Last play was good for 26 yards. No, and a 26-yard field goal attempt coming up right now. Here's the snap. No, it's a fake kick. Marty Dumrace is hit down from behind. He throws, and it's incomplete. Marty Dumrace was hit. His helmet came smashing off. Carl Barzalowski came from behind. 2 seconds to go in the half. It was a fake field goal attempt. Marty Domrace, the former Columbia quarterback, took the snap from center, rolled out to the right. Barzalauskas hit him from behind, knocked off his headgear, and came loose with the headgear. And wait a second, maybe a penalty on that last play. The ball is being brought back. Don't know what the call is here. The Jet defensive unit is still out there.
A decapitation penalty.
It looked that way for just a moment. Maybe, I don't know what the signal is. He just indicates first down. And
Second down and goal.
it was only first down, that's why. The offensive team for the Jets was out there. Oh, it was only first down. Now let's see whether they try a field goal attempt again. They lined up field goal formation. Here's the kick by Linhart. It's up, and this time it's good. It's good. How about that? With time out at the end of the first half. So that's the end of a wild first half of football. The score, the New York Jets 28, the Baltimore Colts 10. As you probably heard in the background, the boos signal the return to the field of the New York Jets. I wonder how the Baltimore crowd will greet the Baltimore Colts. The officials already are on the field. Here come the Baltimore Colts now. And they get no reaction.
They get no reaction at all, Marty. This should be a closer football game by the statistics than it actually is, because Baltimore and the Jets both have 15 first downs, and the Colts have had the ball 40 offensive plays versus 35 for the Jets, and have 186 yards passing for the Baltimore Colts. But here comes Joe with 248 yards passing.
Meanwhile, Riggins has carried the ball 9 times for 61 yards in the first half, and then he was relieved for the closing minutes of the first half, and hopefully he'll get back in the second half. The score 28-10, an 18-point lead. I just wonder if Charley Winner will start Woodall here at the start of the second half.
But we won't get to see until the Jets get on the field, but I would think that maybe he would. But then again, maybe that's back to Joe coming back or not coming back has played into Charlie's mind, and he's going to let Joe in there to complete the ball game. We'll have to wait and see. The Baltimore Colts will be receiving the kickoff to start the second half.
Both squads are on the field right now. They haven't taken the field yet for the start of the second half. The New York Jets received the opening kickoff. They won the toss, so the Baltimore Colts have the option here at the start of the second half. And they obviously will elect to receive as they trail in the ball game by a score of 28-10. As we said earlier, it's getting quite dark here in Baltimore, most every place else too, at this hour, at 4 with the gray skies overhead. But this is, as of this moment, the longest first half of football we've broadcast and seen this year.
And the official, nobody's more eager for the game to get started than the official. He's standing out there at the 35-yard line, has the ball in his hand, but there's no players around him.
Players on the near side are the Baltimore Colts with their blue jerseys and white trim. On the far side, the New York Jets in their road uniforms of all white with green trim, and they come jogging on the field now.
I don't know what went on in the New York Jet locker room, but Charley Winner cannot help but be very, very proud of his total effort, the organization's effort, the coaching staff, and certainly the players for putting together this great winning streak of 6 games.
That's right. After the kind of start they had, 1-7, you'd think that they'd finish pretty much the same way, but apparently that giant overtime win gave them the needed lift, plus the fact that the ball club really started to get together after that. And with the new coaching staff, the new plays, some of the new personnel, they began to play the kind of football of together football.
Watching him out here today, Marty, they're a much more confident and aggressive football team than I ever imagined possible.
Spira and Laird will receive the kickoff as Leahy boots that ball high and deep right to the 3-yard line, taken by Laird. Laird up the middle of the 20 to 25, keeps stumbling forward up to the 33-yard line where he's down. Boy, he came flying, Bruce Laird did. Right up the middle. Young man out of a school, American International, which doesn't usually develop NFL football players. Now in his 4th year, Bruce Laird running with abandon. The ball placed down at the 32-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 32. The New York Jets out in front by a score of 28-10, and the Baltimore Colts have the ball. Bert Jones running the ball club for the Baltimore Colts. A regular pro set. Signals being called at the 32-yard line. Jones goes straight back to pass on first down. Throws over the middle. It's caught by Lydell Mitchell at the 36-yard line, and he's pulled down there. Al Atkinson makes the tackle at the 36-yard line. The play is good for only 4 yards, but it's another pass completion for the record-breaking Lydell Mitchell. Not too big at 5'11", 204 pounds. Now has 66 passes that he's caught this year. As we said earlier, a new record for running backs in the NFL. So it'll be 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line. Baltimore Colts in possession of the ball. Jones, the quarterback. Mitchell and McCauley are the running backs. Scott and Carr, a pair of rookies, are the wide receivers. Ray Chester, the veteran, the tight end. Slot formation on the left side. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line. Man in motion goes to the right side. That's Scott. Going back to pass is Jones. Sets up, throws a swing pass to the left side to Oles. Oles cuts inside one man up to the 40 to 45-yard line and down at the 48-yard line. He's got a first down. Cutting back over the middle to his right. Ed Gallagher made the tackle. And it's 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts at the 48-yard line of the Colts.
Good hustle by the backside of the Jet defense that time. The ball thrown this side, the backside being Baker and then Gallagher. That time, John Ebersol had a chance to nail the ball carrier for no gain. But again, he dropped his head right when he went to make the impact. And when you drop your head, you can't see where you're going. John missed him.
Baltimore Colts break the huddle and go to the line of scrimmage. Flanker wide to the right side is Freddie Scott. Split left end is Roger Carr. Those are two rookies, and they could be real good ones in a couple of years. 1st and 10 at the 48. Back to pass again is Jones. Setting up. Looks downfield. Throws deep down to the right side. Way down. And it's grabbed by Scott at the 15. Knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Just as we're saying, they can be real good ones. Freddie Scott grabs a long one. Deep down the right sideline. Richie Sowles trying to cover on the play. But Freddie Scott had him beat. And Bert Jones threw a beauty. He caught it. And then Sowles reaching out, pushed him out of bounds at the 13-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Colts on the Jets 13.
That year went by pretty fast, Marty, because that was a fine catch he made, a real excellent catch. But again, Bert Jones got good pass protection from his offensive line and give him time to throw.
Well, again, Scott goes wide out to the right side, Carr to the left side. That play was good for 39 yards. 1st and 10 at the 13. Jones under the center and calling signals, takes the snap. Again, he's going to pass. Throws over to the left. It's complete to the 10-yard line, and Oles is hit down immediately. Lydell Mitchell it was, not Oles. Lydell Mitchell made that grab. John Ebersol hit him cleanly that time at the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the 10. Bert Jones throwing on virtually every play, thus far in the second half.
He's got to throw, Marty, to get back in the football game. He's got to throw to win the football game also. And John Ebersol's got to feel a little shocked out there because they're throwing the football in his area most of the time.
It's 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets are leading 28-10, but the Colts are threatening. They're in a regular pro set, I formation in the backfield. Mitchell, the deep back. Signals being called. Back to pass again as Jones setting up. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown, Ray Chester! Ray Chester makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown! It's 28-16. In 5 plays, on 5 passes, the Colts go 68 yards for the touchdown. Well, it's 28-16. Here's the point after attempt by Tony Linhart. The ball is snapped, placed down, and kicked. And it's through there. Time is out. The score, the New York Jets 28, the Baltimore Colts 17. 28-17 now. The New York Jets leading by 11 points. Only 2.5 minutes gone in the second half. And the Colts have their touchdown on that 68-yard drive and the 10-yard touchdown. Linhart kicking the ball high and not too deep. Coming over to the far side to Picone at the 20-yard line. He's up to the 30, cuts back to the left, up to the 35. Still scrambles forward to the 38-yard line on a good run back. Tackle was made by Randy Hall, a cornerback for the Baltimore Colts. It's 1st and 10 now for the New York Jets, and Joe Namath is back on the field. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the New York Jets. Their lead has been cut to 11 points. David Knight splits wide out to the right side. G. Barker flank wide left. Adamley and Riggins, the regular starting backfield for this game, in there now. Signals being called by Namath. Offside called against the Baltimore Colts. Riggins takes the ball, drives upfield, and goes for about 3 yards, and he's stopped. Thrown back hard, but the Baltimore Colts jumped offside, or so it seemed. Penalty mark offside, and it's indicated against the Baltimore Colts. So it'll be 1st and 5 at the 43-yard line of the New York Jets.
The Baltimore Colts certainly haven't stopped playing this game of football today because they're just as aggressive now as they were the first play of the game, the first play from scrimmage. On the kickoff, they were scrapping, trying to pull the ball away from Lou Picone, and that time they threw Riggins back very, very hard.
New York Jets going with Wayne Mulligan at center, Petz and Rasmussen the guards, Woods and Hill the tackles, Castor and Barkum the ends, Knight the flanker back, and as you know, Namath, Adamley, and Jackson in the backfield. 1st and 5 at the 43-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets leading 28-11. Hand up to Riggins. He drives off right tackle, being hit back hard, and he's stopped for no gain. He's run all the way back to the 30-yard line, but his forward progress is at the line of scrimmage, the 43. Run back by Dan Dickey, a linebacker, who led the defensive charge, helped out on the play by Rick Bull. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line of the New York Jets. And the Jets don't look as though they're ready to play football here in the second half, at least not yet.
And it doesn't look like. On defense, certainly they didn't look that good. In offense, they've yet to do anything at all. They've got 5 yards by way of a penalty, offside penalty, but their plays from scrimmage aren't that good yet.
And the Colts are out there really scrapping. 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line of the New York Jets. Namath takes it, top straight back. 3-man rush. He sets up, throws deep to the left side. It's caught by Knight at the 40-yard line. He drives to the 38-yard line where he's pinned. He found the seam in that zone defense between the deep safety and the cornerback. Turned outside at the 38-yard line at the left sideline and caught that pass, and he slipped out from under. And it's 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. A fine pass and catch by Namath and Knight. So it's 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. 18 yards on that last play. That's the kind of a play that can bring the Jets back. Hey, Miami has come from behind to lead New England now, 34-27 in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Jets in possession of the ball. Back to pass goes Namath, faking a handoff, throws deep down the middle. It's caught by Castor at the 10. He goes to the goal line. Touchdown! 2 passes by Joe Namath. The last one for 38 yards and a touch. And that's just what Namath can do. I can hear Dave Herman now.
You can do.
You can hear him say, that's just what Joe Namath can do. 2 passes or 1 long pass, and the Jets have the TD.
Marty, you sit here and you can't hardly believe that things like that can happen. Here the Jets didn't look well at all, but one guy can bring the whole thing back. When he got in trouble, he went to David Knight on about a 12, 15-yard out, and when he needed a big play, he went to Richard Castor for the touchdown.
38 yards on the score. The Jets lead now, 34-17. Here's the point after attempt, offside. The kick is wide. It's no good to the left, but offside against the Colts. And Pat Leahy will get another shot. Leahy hooked the ball like you might hook a golf drive, not a slice, but a hook. He's a right-footed kicker coming in from the left side, and he hooked it wide to the left. Offside on the play was Fred Cook. So the Jets have another chance, and Leahy in particular has another chance.
On these point afters, though, they're no longer automatic, Marty. But that goalpost set at the end of the end zone now, they have to think about it. And that time he thought too much and hooked it over. He hooked it to his left.
Well, it's a 19 or 18-yard field goal attempt coming up each time. And if there's a slight mistake, there's that much more margin for error.
10 yards more.
So they got to kick him pretty good. Now he'll try it again at the 9-yard line, which makes it a 19-yard attempt. Teams are lined up and set. The score is now 34-17 Jets. Signal's called. Ball snap, placed down and kicked. It's up, and this one is through there. The score, the New York Jets 35, Baltimore Colts 17. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Does this bus go up Madison Avenue?
That's what the sign says, lady.
One Margaret Martin on a bus ride she'd rather not take.
Move to the rear of the bus, please. Come on.
She's spending half her lunch hour and half her lunch money going to the bank to put money in her savings account. Little does she realize that she can save at a bank right around the corner. Manufacturers Hanover.
Oh, my foot.
They not only offer high interest, they offer a lot more. They have over 170 branches, so she can bank close to her job, close to her home, close to wherever she happens to be. She can make deposits wherever the spirit moves her. She can have a checking account to go with her savings account, and a card that lets her cash her check at any Manufacturers Hanover branch. If Margaret Martin saved at Manufacturers Hanover, she could spend her lunch hour having lunch.
Oh, look at that traffic. I'll never get back to work on time.
Manufacturers Hanover. It's banking the way you want it to be. Member FDIC.
35-17, the New York Jets lead the Baltimore Colts. 4.5 minutes are gone in the second half. 2 touchdowns scored already. Leahy ready to kick off to either Cotton Spira or Bruce Laird. Twin safeties back around the 3. There's the kick. High and fairly deep, coming down to the 3-yard line, taken there by Laird. Angles to his left, comes to the 20, goes along the sideline of the 25 and down to the 27, 28-yard line. The score is 35-17 here. Here's some other scores. The final, Washington wallops Chicago. Washington 42, Chicago Bears nothing. In the third quarter, Cleveland and Houston are tied at 14. In the fourth quarter, Philadelphia 28, Detroit 17. Another final score, Atlanta 10, Green Bay 3. In the fourth quarter, Miami, which trailed, as I recall, 24-0, leads New England 34-27. At the half, the Giants 14, the St. Louis Cardinals nothing. Now it's 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts. The ball is on their 27-yard line. They trail in the ball game by a score of 35-17. Man in motion goes to the right side. It's Freddie Scott. Back to pass. A swing pass to the left side. A screen, a quick screen to Carr. Carr coming back for it, gets it to the 30, and scrambles up to the 35-yard line. Spilled at the 35 by John Ebersol.
A great job out there by Richard Neal. Richard Neal coming from his defensive right end spot, smelled the play and got out there and got in the play. That's quite tough for a defensive end to get out on that screen like that.
It's 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The Colts going with Bill Oles and Lydell Mitchell, the running backs. Bert Jones, the quarterback. Freddie Scott, the flanker. Roger Carr, the split end. The tight end is Ray Chester. They go to the line of scrimmage. They line up on a power I formation, but usually Freddie Scott goes in motion to the side. Now he does go in motion, number 86. Handoff goes to Lydell Mitchell. A quick open up the middle. He drives the field past the 40 to the 47-yard line before he spilled down at the 47. Tackle made by Phil Wise. Man, he picked up speed, accelerated right inside his right guard, and went up the middle for a first down and more to the 47-yard line. He picked up 12 yards.
And due to the nature of the score, Marty, being 35-17, the Jets are playing pass every down, and they're susceptible to getting trapped, and that's just what happened that time. The left guard pulled out and trapped big Carl Barzalauskas, but they're going to get yards like that, but they won't never win the football game now running the ball.
Well, they trail 35-17. It's 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Slot formation on the left side, I formation on the backfield. Out of the slot and going to the right goes Freddie Scott. Back to pass, a swing pass out to the right side to Mitchell. He's trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he's cut down on a beautiful open field tackle by Burgess Owens. Owens, one of the sharpest tacklers in the NFL, cutting down the very elusive Lydell Mitchell with a knee-high tackle back of the line of scrimmage at the 46-yard line for a 1-yard loss.
A great job of tackling out there, a great job of reading his keys and getting out there in position to make the tackle. The Jets now are keeping Bert Jones from throwing that ball deep. He's got to throw that ball deep if he wants to even have any chance of winning.
Jets have Gallagher and Neal at the defensive ends, Barzalauskas and Schmeissing of the tackles. The linebackers are Baker, Atkinson in the middle, and Ebersol at the sides. Sowles and Word are at the corners, and Wise and Owens are the safeties. Slot formation on the left side, and again, Scott goes in motion on the right. It's 2nd and 11 at the 46. Jones back to pass, throws out to the left flat. It's caught by Oles. Oles tries to cut inside of Ebersol. Ebersol pulls him down at the 49-yard line. It's only a 3-yard gain. Billy Oles making the grab at the line of scrimmage, and John Ebersol coming up to make the tackle. Makes it 3rd and 8 at the 49-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this third quarter. The Jets are out in front by a score of 35-17.
A good job there by Ebersol that time, making the play, making the tackle on the swing man coming out of the backfield. Old. Now the Jets go into that three down defensive lineman, 4 linebackers.
Yes, Schmeissing goes out, and Reese comes in. Reese, the rookie linebacker. Schmeissing, the newcomer. It's 3rd and 8 at the 49-yard line. New York Jets leading 35-17. Again, Scott goes in motion to the right. Again, Bert Jones back to pass, being rushed, throws down the middle, and it's caught at the 35 of the New York Jets. A pretty catch by Roger Carr. He goes deep downfield, and he cuts parallel from the line of scrimmage to his right. Roscoe Word made the tackle at the 35 of the New York Jets. A 3rd and long situation, and they certainly completed it beautifully for 16 yards in the first down.
The Jets had Ebersol blitzing on that play, and Ebersol, had he not been blitzing, would have been back in that area to cover in front of the receiver. So that time the Colts just guessed right.
Bert Jones has a good afternoon thus far. He's 24 for 35, a total of 236 yards. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Wide open football here. Again, it's slot formation left. And again, in motion to the right side goes rookie Freddie Scott. And again, Bert Jones throws a swing pass to the right side to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to cut inside of Owens. Owens grabs him again. Mitchell tried to go outside the first time he caught that swing pass a couple of plays ago, and Owens nailed him. This time he faked outside and cut back to the inside, and Owens nailed him again. at the 31-yard line. A 4-yard gain on the play makes it 2nd and 6.
And Bert Jones is having a great afternoon as far as completions go, but not that good as far as yardage goes because he's gone at 25 completed passes, but he only has 240 yards.
That's not bad.
But that's less than 10 yards per catch.
All right, David. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line. Again, Scott goes in motion on the right side. This time he's going to set out there, which he does. I formation in the backfield. Oles in front of Mitchell. Now Oles comes in motion, a pitch out to Mitchell, trying to swing his own left end. He's being chased back there and thrown for no gain. Lydell Mitchell thrown on a good defensive play by Roscoe Word and John Ebersole. Ebersole forcing that play wide so Roscoe Word can come in and make the tackle. Boy, that Word is going to be one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League.
He's a great one. I just like the way he plays the game of football. He is a great one. He'll challenge and he does everything possible to make himself a better football player, from asking the receiver what's wrong with me to going and asking another coach what's wrong with me. He does everything in the world to make himself better.
3rd and 6 at the 31-yard line. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Baltimore Colts. Don McCauley is in at fullback now, replacing Oles. I formation in the backfield. Let's see whether the man goes in motion. He does. Scott goes in motion again. And back to pass is Jones. He fakes a swing pass. Now he sets up. Looks to throw a screen. Short screen to McCauley. McCauley comes up the middle and goes for short yardage up to about the line of scrimmage and maybe 1 yard more. Al Atkinson tipped him up first. Then he was pinned by John Ebersole and Roscoe Word. At the 30-yard line, the play picked up only 1 yard. It was a fake screen left, fake screen right, and a screen over the middle.
Screen over the middle, and a lot of times those plays will break, but heads-up football by Al Atkinson that time stopped the play from breaking for longer yardage. Al actually fell down himself. He slipped in the mud. There's a little bit of mud out there, and he slipped in the mud, but he got a hand on him and brought him down.
4th and 5 at the 30-yard line, and it looks as though the Baltimore Colts are going to go for it. 4th and 5 at the 30 of the New York Jets. The Colts are trailing 35-17. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this third quarter. They're in a slot formation left. In the slot is Freddie Scott, and now he goes in motion to the right. 4th and 5. Key play. Back to pass is Jones. Setting up. Penalty marker on the play. Jones is hit as he throws. It's caught at the 15-yard line. Ray Chester makes the grab at the 15. He's forced out of bounds. A penalty marker was thrown now. What's the call?
The penalty marker was called against the Jets offside. Ed Gallagher jumped before the ball was snapped, so it'll be against the Jets and be declined naturally because of the completed pass to Raymond Chester.
It's 1st and 10. The ball is at the 16-yard line of the New York Jets, and these Baltimore Colts keep coming back. Here's the final score. Miami defeated New England. After being down, according to our reports, 24-0, Miami beats New England, coming from behind to win 34-27.
That's Miami, and Miami has the poise to do that. Miami's one of the few teams that wouldn't fall apart at the seams when they get behind in situations like that. They kept their cool and come back and won the ball game.
Here it's 35-17 Jets. 1st and 10 for the Colts on the Jets 16. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. Bert Jones running the ball club all the way. Under the center now. Dump straight back to pass. Sets up. Throws a swing to the right side to Mitchell. Mitchell beats Ralph Baker going for the corner. Touchdown! Ralph Baker that time could not handle Lydell Mitchell. And Mitchell goes in for the score.
That's got to be mighty tough on linebackers, having Lydell Mitchell being able to run when he can catch the ball the way he does. A great receiver, a great runner.
No way Ralph Baker can cover Lydell Mitchell. Burgess Owens, who had been covering him, had another assignment on the play, obviously. And there were Mitchell and Baker alone. And you know who's going to win that foot race.
That's certainly right. You know who's going to win, and he won.
I think he's faster than Herman. Baker, I mean. There's the point after by Linhunt, and it's good. The score, the New York Jets 35. The Baltimore Colts 24. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
My kind of candy, your kind of candy, candy that everybody loves. With M&M's chocolate candy, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Candy shell outside, milk chocolate inside, never a chocolate less. With M&M's chocolate candy, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
They're just the greatest take-along candies of them all. M&M's plain and peanut chocolate candies. They go everywhere with no chocolate mess anywhere. Next time you shop, get a couple of bags of M&M's chocolate candies, plain and peanut.
My kind of candy, your your kind of candy, candy that everybody loves. With M&M's chocolate candy, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
We're informed that Bert Jones just has completed 15 passes in a row to set a new Baltimore Colt record. 35-24, the New York Jets are leading by 11. 3:42 to go in this third quarter. What a football game. Here's the kickoff by Linhart now. Kick is low and hard. A driving kick goes to Bacone at the 9-yard line. He's got room up to the 20, the 25, the 30-yard line, and up the middle to the 35. Lou Bacone running it back well to the 35-yard line. Dan Neal, a center, and Tony Batuka, a linebacker, combined to stop him. Well, here comes Joe Namath again.
And you know Joe's going to come out pitching the football. Basically, he'll run the ball, but he's going to basically be out pitching. He's going to put the ball in the air again.
Adam Lee and Riggins are the running backs. Knight, the flanker back, split wide to the left. Barkum wide to the right. First and 10 at the 35, a four-man rush line for the Colts. Namath calling signals. Drop straight back on first down. Quick square out to the side to Barkum. Too high. Barkum leaped high in the air, had both hands on it, but couldn't quite hold on as he had to twist around for that pass about 8 yards upfield. It'll be second and 10 at the 35-yard line. And just as you said, David, Joe will go to the air.
And that time, Barkum had both hands on the ball, but it wasn't timed exactly. And everybody knows Joe releases that football before the receiver actually makes his cut. And that time he released it a little bit too soon.
3 minutes and 29 seconds to go in this third quarter. The New York Jets are leading by 11, 35-24. They led by as many as 21 points. It's second and 10 at the 35. Flank and T formation, high in the backfield. Signals being called by Namath. The handoff to Riggins. He powers up the middle, drives up for 3-4 yards, up to the 39-yard line, where Fred Cook, number 72, makes the stop. It'll be third and 6 at the 39-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets leading the ball game 35-24. Joe wants to use that clock as well as move that ball upfield. The ball at the 39-yard line. Yes, David?
I'll bet he does want to use that clock because this is a very confusing ball game, and I've been in situations like this where you're ahead, but you don't know how long you can stay ahead. You want to get the time over with as fast as possible. The Baltimore Colts again went into their 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebacker situation.
Eddie Bell has come into the lineup replacing Mike Adamle, and here's that passing formation with 1 deep back. Only Riggins is the deep back. 3 wide receivers are wide. Back to pass is Namath, throws a quick square out to the left side to David Knight. First down. He grabs the ball, diving forward at the 49-yard line. First and 10 for the New York Jets on a quick square out by David Knight. He went downfield, faked the fly, an angle of the sideline. He dove for the ball, caught it in bounds, and slid out of bounds at the 49-yard line. The play is good for 10 yards and the first down.
And there was no chance of Joe getting sacked on that play because he just took 1 step back and threw the football. He threw it way ahead of the time when David Knight made his cut, way ahead of that.
And Mike Adamle comes back into the lineup, so Riggins and Adamle are the running backs, and David Knight stays in as Eddie Bell goes out. Knight is flanked wide to the right side. Barkum split about 2 yards to the left side, that's all. High formation in the backfield. Adamle in front of Riggins. The hand up to Riggins. He tries to swing wide, pulls away from one man, swings to the left side, trying to pick up running room, and drives up to the midfield line. He was hit 4 yards back of the line of scrimmage, and he just would not go down. He just pulled away past the midfield line of the 49-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. He picked up 2 yards when he should have been dropped for a 4-yard loss.
And when Riggins cuts back like that, it's all Joe can do to get out of his way because Joe's not going to be involved in that play or as a blocker or any situation like that.
You can get run over by that Riggins.
Somebody can.
Well, here's a regular pro set. Flanker to the right side is Knight. Split left end is Barkum. Riggins the deep back. Adamle up front. 2nd and 8 on the 49. A handoff to Riggins going wide around the left side. He's got room. He drives down to the 45 to the 44 and knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. He picks up 5 on the play. Tackle on the play made by John Dutton, defensive right end. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 44-yard line with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. The New York Jets are out in front 35-24. It's really exciting football in the game that is practically meaningless for both ball clubs, certainly in terms of league standings and final results.
And that John Dutton is the best defensive lineman the Baltimore Colts have, but he's playing over Bob Woods, the right defensive end, number 1 draft choice, playing over Bob Woods, and Bob Woods is doing a fine job blocking.
Now here are 3 wide receivers again in there, Dave. 1 deep back, John Riggins. Signals being called. 3rd and 4 at the 44. Namath back to pass. throws out to the right side to Barkum at the 35-yard line. He gets away from one man, and then he's pulled down by 2-3 of the Baltimore Colts, and they call it the 35-yard line, even though he was up as far as the 33. They rule it complete to the 35. It's good enough for the first down, of course. 9 yards on the play. He needed 4 for the first down. And Barkum and Knight and Castor do just such an outstanding job. They drive cornerbacks crazy.
And when Joe's in that situation, he usually throws the ball quick, because the way the Baltimore Colts can hurt him is to send 2 outside linebackers in. He only has one guy to pick him up, being John Riggins.
Namath has completed 17 of 24 for 273 yards. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. The handoff goes to Riggins. He's got running room now to the 30-yard line and down. He was tripped by Rick Volk, and he almost regained his footing out in the clear at the 30, but he stumbled as Volk hit him very low, trying to regain his footing, and went down at the 30-yard line, stumbling for a 5-yard gain.
A lot of guys hit him very low. They don't want to take him on around his numbers. They'll hit him down around his ankles. And the Baltimore Colts at that time had a blitz on. They had Mike Curtis coming up from the middle linebacker spot blitzing, and John just cut outside and made a good yard out running outside the blitz.
Eddie Bell, number 7, comes into the lineup, replacing David Knight. Now Bell goes out wide to the right side. Barkum is wide left. Rich Castor at tight right end. 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. Namath takes it. Hands off to Riggins. Hit at the line of scrimmage. He spills forward for 1 yard to the 29-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 4 at the 29. John Dutton and Joe Ehrman combined to stop him. So it'll be 3rd and 4 at the 29-yard line. And the New York Jets, apparently, time is out. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. That's it. The gun sounds ending the 3rd quarter. Joe Namath at the far side. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Jets 35, the Baltimore Colts 24. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
My beer is Rheingold, the dry beer. Think of Rheingold whenever you buy beer.
In 1958, Rheingold won the gold medals at the last European World's Fair in Brussels and at the International Exposition in Munich. The Lord Mayor of Munich had this to say when he presented the gold medal to Rheingold. As a beer lover and a connoisseur, I say without doubt that Rheingold Extra Dry is one of the finest beers in the world. Rheingold is proud to say that ever since then, Rheingold is producing the same gold medal-winning Rheingold beer in the very same way, using the very same ingredients, the world's best quality hops, corn and malt that money can buy. And even more important, the very same brewmasters are actually still at Rheingold, brewing the award-winning Rheingold beer.
Won't you try extra dry Rheingold beer?
Rheingold Breweries Incorporated, Brooklyn, New York.
Going into the 4th quarter, the New York Jets lead the Baltimore Colts 35-24. Here are more scores. These are all finals. Miami defeated New England 34-27. Atlanta beat Green Bay 10-3. Philadelphia defeated Detroit 28-17. And Washington clobbered Chicago 42-0. In the 3rd quarter, Cleveland 17, Houston 14. In the 3rd period, the Giants 14 and the St. Louis Cardinals 13. Well, the Baltimore Colts lining up on defense now. Head down 35-24 as the Jets break their huddle and go to the line of scrimmage. The Jets now using 3 wide receivers again, 2 wide to the right side, 1 wide to the left. Only Riggins is the deep back. It's 3rd and 4 at the 29-yard line, 3rd and 4. A draw play. Up the middle goes Riggins. He's got the first down and more. Right down to the 22-yard line. He picked up 7 yards on the play. An ankle-high tackle by Rick Volk again stopped him at the 22. With that spread formation that time, the middle was wide open, and only a great tackle by Volk stopped what could have been a touchdown.
And Joe is having an outstanding day out there, because that time, had he had a pass on with that 3 wide receiver and 1 setback, that time the Baltimore Colts had 2 inside linebackers blitzing. Joe would have been nailed for sure, but he had the draw play on. He has the right play called at the right time.
And Riggins has run for 86 yards unofficially so far. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Flank it to the right side. David Knight, rest of the ball club is tight. Riggins and Adam Lee are the running backs. Namath under the center, takes the snap, gives to Riggins. He drives around the left side, trying to make room. He's down to the 20, the 15, knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Circling around the left side, enormous speed by this big man. He really takes off. Remember, this fellow is 6'2" and goes 235 pounds. He started up off his left guard, saw no hole and suddenly swung wide, outraced a cornerback and a linebacker of the sideline, and turned upfield until Rick Volk again knocked him out of bounds at the 15-yard line, a gain of 7 yards.
As a super football player, he's a big 6'2" and a big 237 pounds, but he's got that great outside speed. It's not great in terms of O.J. Simpson, but it's great in terms of his size.
It's 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line of the Baltimore Colts, and time is flying. A minute has gone in this fourth quarter. The Jets are leading 35-24. Regular pro set this time. Barkum flank wide right. Knight split wide left. Handoff goes to Riggins. He goes wide. This time he's hit back of the line of scrimmage and thrown for a 1-yard loss. Back to the 16-yard line. He has that tendency to swing in and then swing out and around. And when he swings out and around, sometimes they get to him. And that time, Fred Cook, a rookie, playing defensive left end from Southern Mississippi, stopped him at the 17-yard line, a 2-yard loss, makes it 3rd and 5 at the 17.
Winston Hill was blocking on that Fred Cook, that rookie, that defensive end, number 72, and Winston, all he can do is fire into him. If Cook's going to go outside, then Riggins is going to have to run inside, and that time he just made a bad decision, a bad cut.
Now there are 2 wide receivers to the right, Barkum and Knight, Barkum and Bell, rather, and David Knight wide left, 1 deep back Riggins. 3rd and 5 at the 17. Let's see what Namath comes up with here. 3rd and 5. Namath calling signals. A long count. He takes the snap, goes to pass, throws out to the right side. It's caught by Barkum, and it's good for the first down at the 8-yard line. A square out to Barkum. Barkum knew where that first down marker was and more. He faked going deep into the end zone and just curled out to the right, and Joe just put it out there.
It's incredible, Marty, the way this passing attack is working. And I'm just sitting here thinking that we knew where he was going to throw the football. That's one of why the Baltimore Colts didn't know where he's going to throw the football. You know, Barkum had to get the first down. He had to go in that area somewhere.
1st and goal to go at the 8-yard line. And Joe Namath is phenomenal. 1st and goal on the 8. This may be his best ball game of the season.
One of the best I've ever seen him have.
Regular pro set. Now Namath back to pass again. Sets up, looks, throws into the right corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Eddie Bell. It was overthrown. Bell was double covered that time, and I have a hunch that maybe he threw it away.
And that's just what I was going to say, Marty. You knew he threw that ball away because Eddie Bell didn't have a chance to get it. Not only was he double covered, but the ball was about 8-10 feet over his head, so Joe just dumped the ball in the corner.
Tom McLeod and Ray Oldham had him fore and aft.
Fore and aft.
Yeah, naval terminology.
That's in front of and behind of.
It's 2nd and goal to go at the 8-yard line. Eddie Bell flank wide to the right side. Now G. Barkum split wide left. Running backs are Riggins and Adamley. Rich Castor at tight right end this time. Signals being called by Namath. Takes the snap, goes back, looks to the left side, throws out to Riggins. Riggins gets the block. Past the 10, goes inside to the 8-yard line, again to the line of scrimmage and no more. Swing pass out to the left side to John Riggins, knocked out of bounds by Dan Dickel, a linebacker on the play. So it's 3rd and goal to go at the 8-yard line. The New York Jets are out in front. 11 points, 35-24.
And it's almost incredible. That guy won't go down. John Riggins has been knocked down very, very few times today, regardless of who hits him. He's just a good athlete. Had he cut back, had he been a little bit closer to Mike Adamley, I think he would have went for more yards because Mike had a super block on that play.
David Knight comes in for Eddie Bell, and Knight and Barkum are wide right. Rich Castor now a split wide left. Castor out there covered by Nelson Muncie. He'll have his hands full. 3rd and goal at the 8. Back to pass. Into the right corner. He throws deep into the corner. Incomplete. Intended for David Knight. And that time Namath was knocked down hard on the play. Big rushing lineman. A penalty marker is thrown down as well. Let's see what the call is going to be here.
The Colts are really frustrated out there. They're blitzing a lot of people trying to get to Joe. And that time they almost got to him before he threw the football. He was hit hard after he threw the football.
A tripping penalty called against the Jets. That's the second time this ball game.
Not again.
Yeah, twice a tripping penalty called.
A 10-yard penalty we know now.
Well, it's going to be refused. Personal foul. Tripping is indicated by the referee, and the penalty is refused. So it's 4th and goal to go on the 8, and a field goal attempt comes up. 25-yard field goal attempt. This one is straight away. All he has to do is kick the point after for 3. A 25-yard field goal attempt. The ball is at the 15-yard line. Signals called. Pat Leahy booting. There's the kick up, and it's up, and it is good. It's good. It's through there. The score. The New York Jets, 38. The Baltimore Colts, 24. New York Jets are out in front, 38-24 against the Baltimore Colts. They're at 12 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the ball game. Linhart booting off high. Check that, of course. Leahy booting off, and it's taken by Bruce Laird up to the 20-yard line, to the 25, to 30, still driving to the 35-yard line. Nice run back by Bruce Laird to the 35. He took it at the 10. Tackle made by Burgess Steve Tannen. Steve Tannen has been playing with special teams today, has not been playing safety. Here's the further score. The Giants may be taking it on the chin again. They were leading 14-0 against the Cardinals, but in the fourth quarter, St. Louis 20, the Giants 14. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts. The ball is on their 35-yard line. The Jets are leading 38-24. Man in motion coming to the right side is Freddie Scott. Back to pass is Jones. A swing pass to the right side, taken by Lydell Mitchell. He drives the field in the 40, keeps going to the 44-yard line. A nice play, 9 yards on the play. That was not a forward pass. That was a lateral pass out to the right flat. It was not thrown forward. It was thrown at a slight angle back to Lydell Mitchell, who ran it upfield. Good for 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line, and now the New York Jets going to a 3-4-4 defense.
And they're doing what they can. The Jets are doing what they can to counteract the pass catching of Lydell Mitchell, going into 3 defensive linemen and 4 linebackers.
It's 2nd and 1 on the 44. They may go long on this play. They have practically a down to waste, or to take a chance on it. See if they do. No, they give it off to the fullback Olds, who goes up the middle for the necessary yardage. He picks up 2-3 yards on the play, up to the 47-yard line. Usually on 2nd and 1, 2nd and short yardage, you might expect that ball to go a long way.
And especially if you're behind, as far as the Baltimore Colts are behind 38-24, I would think he might want to go for a touchdown or a long pass.
Because he can always make that first down on 3rd or even 4th down in a situation like this. At any rate, 11 and a half minutes remain in this ball game. The New York Jets lead by 14 points, 38-24. Again, a 3-man rush line for the New York Jets. 3-4-4 defense. 1st and 10 at the 47 of the Baltimore Colts. Signals being called. A swing pass again to Mitchell. He just does grab it, but he's hit back of the line of scrimmage and thrown for a loss. Ed Gallagher and Ralph Baker saw that one coming and hit him down at the 42-yard line. A 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15 at the 42. And one of the Jets is hurt. I don't see his number. Jeff Snedeker and Dr. Jim Nicholas, and maybe Rich Sowles, who's hurt on the last play.
He really got belted. Richie Sowles really got belted by the offensive guard, Elmer Collette. Collette pulling out to lead that swing pass. They pulled the offensive line to lead the swing pass upfield, and Collette took a hold of Pete Sowles and really hit him.
Well, time is taken out there. Let's take a look at that score sheet and see if we have any scores. Or in case you just joined us, we'll run them down again. Here are the final scores so far. Washington shellacked Chicago 42-0. In the fourth quarter, Houston leads Cleveland 21-17. Here's the first quarter score from the coast. San Diego 7, Denver 0. This game running so late, it's the first time we've had a West Coast score on our broadcast. San Diego 7, Denver 0 in the first period. Final score, Philadelphia 28, Detroit 17. Final Atlanta 10, Green Bay 3. Final Miami coming from behind to beat New England. Miami 34, New England 27. Here's another West Coast score, San Francisco 7, New Orleans 0. And in the fourth quarter, St. Louis 20, the Giants 14.
And Rich Sowles just had his bell run because he just ran off the field. He's replaced out there by early timers, but Richie Sowles did run off the field, so he's all right.
That last pass was Jones' 17th straight completed pass. Now, some of those are lateral passes, though, and they ought not to be counted as forward passes.
A lot of them are lateral passes or near lateral passes because, as I mentioned before, he doesn't have that great yards per catch average.
Those are passes completed back of the line of scrimmage. Ken Anderson had the record in the NFL of 17 in a row, AFC's NFL record, and now Bert Jones probably has the new record at 17. However, his team is trailing 38-24. Slot formation on the left side, 2nd and 15 at the 42-yard line. Backs are side by side, and again, Freddie Scott comes in motion on the right. Penalty marker on the play. Back to pass is Jones. Throws, and it's a beautiful catch by Ray Chester at the 48 of the New York Jets, but a penalty marker, illegal motion called against the Baltimore Colts, and that play is going to be nullified. Instead of being 2nd and 5, It's going to be 2nd and 20. Back at the 37-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Illegal motion called against the Baltimore Colts.
And Bert Jones just did get that pass off because he had extreme pressure by Richard Neal that time. He just got the pass off, but he had illegal motion, so it nullified the play completely.
We see where Rich Sowell is back in the lineup now.
That's good to see.
It sure is. Don't want to see anybody get hurt, particularly on the last day of the season.
That would be terrible. I can't think of anything worse.
Well, it's 2nd and 20 at the 37-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Fine situation for the New York Jets defense here. They can pluck one off. 2nd and 20 at the 37. The Jets leading 38-24. Jets in front by 14 as Bert Jones back to pass. Throws out to the right side. Through the hands of intended receiver Freddie Scott. He leaped high in the air, had both hands on it, should have had it, but it went right through. 10 and a half minutes to go in this ball game. The New York Jets leading 38-24, and now it's 3rd and 20 at the 37-yard line.
And even if he had caught the ball, Marty, he would have come down outside because he couldn't have got both feet inbounds.
And that snaps the string of completions at 17. A new NFL record, 17 consecutive completed passes by Bert Jones. Short or otherwise, it's still quite a record. Back to pass with Bert Jones on 3rd and long. Throws over the middle. Intercepted. Upfield comes Burgess Owens. He's running cross field. He's got room. Down to the 30-yard line to the 25. 2 men to beat. Down to the 15. He's forced out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Burgess Owens makes his 2nd interception of the game. Bert Jones forced him out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A pretty play by Burgess Owens.
Maybe that's why Bert Jones was going with those flat passes the whole day, because he can't throw deep. He just doesn't throw that ball well at all. And Burgess Owens playing heads-up football made a fine interception.
Don't forget, folks, after the ball game today, as always, you can talk with Dave Herman and me and discuss football this season and next season by calling area code 212-354-9044. We'll repeat that number in just a moment. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. I formation on the backfield. Flanking to the right side, split left end. Namath hands off to Riggins. He finds a hole up the middle and drives for 5 yards. Goes to the 10-yard line. He took 1 step left, saw the hole open up the middle, and then drove upfield to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 10. The number to call if you want to talk with Dave and me after the ball game, right from our broadcast booth, is 212-354-9044. Ball placed down at the 11-yard line, makes it 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The clock shows 9 minutes and 47 seconds to go in this football game. The Jets lead 38-24, and they can just about put it on ice if they score here. Flanking to the right side is David Knight. Running backs are Adam Lee and Riggins. Namath at quarterback. Takes the snap, gives off to Riggins. Riggins drives off left tackle, smashes forward, and goes to about the 6-yard line, 5-yard line before he stopped. What tremendous strength and drive by John Riggins.
And that's good heads-up football, because John saw the blitzing coming. That time the Baltimore Colts had all the linebackers blitzing again, and John cut up inside the blitz. It's good heads-up and very, very strong running.
There may be a measurement. No, there won't be a measurement. It's going to be 3rd and about a foot. Tom McLeod and Mike Curtis combined to stop him finally. The ball, the nose of the football, is just shy of the 5-yard stripe, and the yard marker is on the 5-yard stripe. So it's 3rd and about a foot. Riggins has 101 yards now in 20 carries. Straight T formation. The handoff goes to Adam Lee, who goes through to the 4-yard line. He's got the first down. Adam Lee. Been saying Riggins all game. Adam Lee goes down to the 3-yard line. And it's 1st and goal to go on the 3. Bruce Laird made the tackle to the 3-yard line. And Mike Adamley, number 1, slashed through for 2 yards and the first down. And 1st and goal to go on the 3.
On most short yardage plays, it's been John Riggins, but they're running the play just the opposite and letting Riggins do the blocking for Mike Adamley.
Here's a further score from St. Louis. The Cardinals now lead the Giants 26-14. What a season for New York. 1st goal to go at the 3-yard line. Straight T formation. Tight ends, both ends are tight. 3 fullbacks in the backfield. Adam Lee carries, goes to the goal line, goes in. Touchdown for Adam Lee. Mike Adam Lee scores, and he's the happiest man out there. The New York Jets are out in front now, 44-24. And that should put this ball game on ice for New York with 7 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the ball game. It should, but it might not.
But it might not, because this has been such a wild ball game, and that's an awful lot of points to have scored. I don't remember the last time the Jets scored that many points.
Good drive again for New York. Signals a call for the point after his Leahy's kick. It's up, and it's through there. It's through there. The score, the New York Jets, 45. The Baltimore Colts, 24. 45-24. The New York Jets are leading the Baltimore Colts. 7:59 to go in the ball game, and Pat Leahy will kick off now to Cotton Spira and Bruce Laird. Boots that ball. A crazy spinning kick coming down at the 4-yard line, taken by Spira. Up to the 15, the 27, the middle he comes. A low tackle drops him at the 26, 27-yard line. Guess who? Mike Adamle, number 1.
Well, I've been watching Mike all day long run down on those kickoffs, and he's very, very proud. That time he knocked the wedge down by himself and made the tackle. And he and Lou Picone have quite a battle going on to see who's going to make the play. They both run down. One is at R1 and one is at R2. And they both get down there together, and it's quite a battle to see who's going to make the play.
That time, Lou Picone got belted pretty good. Time is taken on the field right now. He's on his back at the 30-yard line. But Jeff Snedeker gets him to his feet, and now Picone runs off. A tough little man.
He thought he heard the phone ring, and he went to answer.
Do bells actually ring when you get hit with these big new helmets?
I tell you know what happens, Marty? It really happens. Your subconscious gets ahead of your conscious or behind, and you think when you're laying there, you've done that same thing before. It actually happens that way.
Steve Tanner comes in now in place of Phil Wise at strong safety. Early Thomas comes in and plays left corner now, replacing Richie Sowles. Back to pass now. Jones passing, throws over to the left side. It's deflected, nicely deflected by, let's see who it is in there. I think it's Al Atkinson who deflected that pass halfway for its intended receiver. The intended receiver deep downfield was Ray Chester. And playing heads-up football, Al Atkinson at middle linebacker, replacing Jamie Rivers, who's hurt. 3 men who are not in action today are Jamie Rivers at middle linebacker and running backs Emerson Boozer and Clarence Jackson. And the way the Jets' offense has been going, and the defense as well, it's nice they could have the day off. It's 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line. Back to pass again as Jones throws over the middle. It's complete to Mitchell at the 30-yard line. He pulls away from one man and another, goes up to the 35 and down to the 40-yard line. A fine effort by Lydell Mitchell, the new record holder of the National Football League for a running back receiving passes. He's into the 70s now. Roscoe Word and Early Thomas made the tackle at the 40-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 at the 40. The play was good for 14 yards. Lydell Mitchell making the grab.
But really all they're trying to do is solidify that record, because throwing those screen passes, those swing passes, those flat passes aren't going to get many points on the board, and they don't have that much time remaining anymore with 7 minutes and 8 seconds left.
And the New York Jets out in front by 21 points, 45-24. And this is the final game of the regular season, our final broadcast for the year. In motion to the right side comes Glenn Doughty. Back to pass goes Steve Jones, setting up. Throwing deep, way downfield, way down. Knocked down at the last moment. A pretty play by Roscoe Word. Word had to catch up to Roger Carr, and the pass was knocked down at the 15-yard line of the Jets. Roger Carr had about a stride on Roscoe Word. The pass thrown way down, but Carr had to let up. He had to wait for it, and as he let up, Roscoe Word just leaped up and knocked it aside.
And the scouting report on Roscoe Word is you're not going to find anybody quicker in the National Football League than Roscoe Word. And he's done a great recovery job. If he makes a mistake, he's got that great speed to recover and make the play.
Well, it's 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Baltimore Colts, and back up again is Steve Jones to pass. Bert Jones, what am I talking about? Knocked down, incomplete at the 50-yard line. Nice defensive play. Bill Ferguson made it. Bert Jones, the quarterback, son of Dub Jones.
A good job out there. And again, with that 4 linebacker and 4 defensive back situation, they have enough people to cover all those zones. And at that time, Bill Ferguson was ahead of the intended receiver and just knocked the ball away.
Intended receiver was Ray Chester, that fine tight end. Now it's 3rd and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The New York Jets are leading in the ball game, 45-24. 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the ball game. Again, the pro set. Bert Jones goes back to pass, sets up. Now he throws, angling to the right. And it's caught by Glenn Doughty at the 45 with the Jets for a first down. He drives it down to the 42-yard line. Early Thomas makes the tackle. On 3rd and long, Bert Jones completes it to Glenn Doughty, D-O-U-G-H-T-Y, Doughty. And it's at the 42-yard line of the New York Jets. And the clock is running, shows 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the ball game. The Jets are out in front by a score of 45-24.
Ferguson is playing in place of Ralph Baker. They're giving Baker a rest and giving Ferguson some playing time. And he was in position to make the play, that last particular pass, but he slipped and fell down.
Bert Jones goes back again on a quick count, sets up, throws deep, way downfield for Doughty, way down for Thomas, incomplete. I thought that early Thomas might have had a penalty called on him that time. He kind of stuck out an arm that time to impede the progress of Glenn Doughty. He removed it very quickly, but it was there nevertheless.
And it wasn't a penalty. As Early will tell you, it's not a penalty until he sees that yellow flag. But I thought it's the same thing, Marty. I thought sure as the world we're going to see the ball on the 1-yard line because of the pass interference.
See where Joe Schmeissing comes in at tackle now, replacing Carl Barzalauskas.
When those guys are rushing the pass with the 3 defensive linemen and they're rushing against always 5 and sometimes 7 pass blockers, they get very tired doing that.
The front 3 now are Schmeissing in the middle and Gallagher and Neal at the ends. 3-4-4 defense. 2nd and 10 at the 42. Jones fakes short, starts to run with the ball, goes out to the right, and he's pulled out. No, he's not. He pulls away, goes down to the 35 to 30-yard line, and down at the 30. Hit down to the 30-yard line by Early Thomas. He pulled away from one of the Jets. Joe Schmeissing had him by the arm, but he pulled away and ran for the first down. He ran 12 yards from the 42 to the 30-yard line. Good for the first down. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30, and the clock is running. 5 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the ball game. The Jets are out in front, 45-24. Billy Olds comes back in at fullback, replacing Don McCauley. So the running backs now are Olds and Mitchell. They go to the line of scrimmage, do the Baltimore Colts. Flanker wide to the right side is Doughty. The split left end is Roger Carr. Bert Jones at quarterback. The rangy 6'3", drops straight back. Sets up now, being rushed hard. Throws over the middle, is complete to Olds. Olds drives to the 18-yard line. Swinging out of the backfield, circling over the middle. Olds, who just came into the lineup, made the grab over the middle and drove down to the 18-yard line where Al Atkinson made the tackle, making the 19-yard line. 11 yards on the play, and it's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And that might have been Joe Schmeissing's second best play of the whole year. He broke through 3 offensive blockers. The guards, 2 guards in the center were all 3 blocking on Schmeissing. He broke through and nailed Bert Jones just as he was releasing the football.
Carl Barzalauskas is back in to tackle. Schmeissing stays in, so it's a 4-man front with Ebersol, Ferguson, and Atkinson linebackers. Jones passing, looking, throwing in the end zone. Incomplete, penalty marker. Penalty marker against Roscoe Word.
And Roscoe's really upset out there. He's really upset, but he really had a hold of the receiver. Who was the receiver?
Roger Carr.
He really had a hold of Roger Carr before the ball ever got near Roger Carr.
The interference took place in the end zone, so the ball is placed on the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal to go on the 1. 45-24. The Jets lead by 21. 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the game. Reese comes in replacing Word, so they have a 4-4-3 defense now. 4 men up front, 4 linebackers, and 3 halfbacks. 1st and goal to go on the 1. The Jets need a fumble right here. Doughty goes in motion to the right. Now he sets to the right side. Man in motion goes to the left. Mitchell. Back to passes. Jones. Jones setting up. Throws it. No, he starts to run with the ball. Goes to the goal line. Goes in. Touchdown. Jones carries it in himself. He went back to pass. Found no receiver open. And spun in for the touchdown. Makes it 45-30.
That was a great call by Jones, sending that halfback in motion, sending Lydell Mitchell in motion. The linebacker had to drop off and go into coverage, and they had no pressure coming from that side at all. He had plenty of room to run.
Well, it's 45-30. The wildest scoring football game of the season. Point after attempt coming up from 19 yards out. The Jets are offside. Contact made. And they'll line up again in just a moment. Contact made by the Jets. Offside called against them by referee Fred Swearingen. They started to bust through, looking to break it up. The Jets now lead by 15 points. They'd like to keep it that way, but it's hardly likely.
And there is time remaining, Marty. There's 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and a couple bad mistakes by the Jets could put them in trouble.
Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. The score, the New York Jets 45, the Baltimore Colts 31.
A big Three Musketeers bar. A big Three Musketeers bar. Three Musketeers.
An onside kick attempt by Tony Linhart fails to go 10 yards. And it's going to be Jets ball at the Colts 42-yard line. One of the Baltimore Colts is hurt. An onside kick attempt must go at least 10 yards before it's playable by the kicking team. It's playable anytime by the receiving team. But that time the ball did not go 10 yards. And the Jets elect to keep that football at the Colts 42-yard line because it didn't go 10, and they have great field position.
And one of the most famous onside kicks was in 1969 when the Baltimore Colts did it against the New York Jets in the Super Bowl.
Don't forget, folks, after the ball game, Dave Herman and I will stay right here in the broadcast booth, cool as it is, and talk football with you by means of telephone, of course. And all you have to do is call that New York number, 212-354-9044. We'll talk about this ball game, the past season, and the coming season. And we hope you call. 212-354-9044. Rudnick, a safety man, was hurt on the last play, but apparently he's okay. We'll also run down all the scores. Probably before the end of this ball game. There are 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go in this game. The Jets are out in front by 14 points. See Jazz Jackson in the deep spot, and Bob Burns up front. Burns at fullback. Is that Woodall in there? I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
Al Woodall at quarterback. Woodall at quarter. Takes it. Hands off to Jackson. He drives off. Left tackle. Smashes forward. Goes to the 38-yard line. Picks up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Tackled by Barnes and Erman.
Bob Burns and Jazz Jackson in the backfield now with Al Woodall at quarterback. Woodall, number 18, a slender 6'5", goes only 195 pounds. 6 years of previous experience. Now the Jets go to the line of scrimmage, looking to run that clock out, I believe. 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Jets leading 45-31. Flanker to the right side. The rest of the ball club is tight. Woodall looking over the defense. Takes the snap. Gives off to Burns. Burns hit back of the line of scrimmage. Drives to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. He was almost pulled down back of the line of scrimmage. Stan White, linebacker, came across and stopped him for no gain. So it'll be 3rd and 6 at the 38 of the Baltimore Colts. The Jets are leading in the ball game 45-31.
And the Jets have kept their offensive line intact. The starters are still in there, and Al's going to have to put the ball in the air. For 3rd down and 6 yards to go, he's going to have to put it in the air.
3 wide receivers are in now. Jackson going to the sideline. Knight split wide to the left side. And Eddie Bell and G. Barkum flank wide to the right side. And Bob Burns is the deep back. It's 3rd and 6. Signals call. Back to pass is Woodall. Throws out to the right side. Incomplete. Intended for Eddie Bell. Much too high. Incomplete. So it's 4th and 6 at the 38-yard line. And it's almost too much to ask a quarterback to come in on a cold day like this after more than 3/4 of the ball game has been played and throw that ball.
And that time they had a misreading of the offensive play because Al Woodall thought Eddie Bell was going to break one way and Eddie Bell broke the other way. They looked at each other as they were both bewildered.
Well, 2.5 minutes to go in this football game. The New York Jets are leading by 14 points, 45-31.
Is this the first time the Jets have punted the ball?
That's right now. Greg Gant coming in a punt for the first time today.
And you know he's cold.
Well, he's been in there holding for points after.
Golden finger.
A lot of action. Greg Gant ready to kick that football. Scott in a single safety. There's the kick. A bad kick off the side of his foot. Going out of bounds at the far side. And it goes out of bounds. Let's see, at the 33-yard line.
Had they recovered it, I don't think they got a first down.
Do you know that kick picked up 5 yards from the line of scrimmage? He wasn't cold. He was frozen.
And that's tough to ask the guy to come in and kick the football after he's done nothing for the whole day.
Well, he was very active running on and off for those touchdowns, though. After all, the Jets have 7 of them. Check that, 6. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Back to pass goes Bert Jones, setting up. Throwing deep, way down to the left side. And it's caught there by Roger Carr. Carr hit at the 45 and dropped at the 45 of the Jets. A long pass. And again, Carr coming back for it. Carr has great speed. He's a rangy 6'3", out of Louisiana Tech. He's just a rookie. And he goes deep downfield and curls back. And now the Colts go to the line of scrimmage without the huddle, and they come to the 2-minute mark and the 2-minute warning. The score, the Jets 45, the Colts 31. It's 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Colts on the 45 of the Jets. 3-man rush line for the Jets here. Bert Jones in there all the way, goes back to pass, sets up now. Now he throws deep to the left. And again, it's caught by Carr, and Carr is pulled down on about the 25-yard line. Picked up 20 yards more. And that Roger Carr is really something. He goes deep downfield, and he curls back, and he's tough to handle.
Roscoe Ward's covering on him, so he must be very fast if Roscoe's giving him that much room to operate in.
Well, of course, there's not too much time remaining. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the ball game now. And time is resumed after the clock was stopped for the first down. No huddle, back to pass again as Bert Jones setting up, throws to the right. This one is caught by Ray Chester. Chester drives to the 10-yard line. Picks up 15 yards more, and it's 1st and goal. And now the Baltimore Colts call for time with 1:29 remaining. The Baltimore Colts calling for time, 1:29 remaining. 1st and goal when players resume. Hey, this is quite a finish. And don't forget, after the finish of the game, you can call Dave Herman and me at 212-354-9044. Now, if the Colts can score in the hurry, get an onside kickoff, successfully regain possession, they can tie up this football game.
It's very conceivable, Marty, the way the Colts are playing. And I'll tell you, you got to give them credit because they're really scrapping out there, and they're really fighting for their contract, fighting for the pride of winning the football game. They're doing a good job.
Bert Jones has thrown the ball 52 times so far. He's completed 35 of 52 for 375 yards. Namath has thrown 28 times, completed 19 of 28 for 281 yards. But the most important statistic is 45-31. The Jets 45, the Colts 31, but it may not be that way long because the Colts have the ball, 1st and goal on the Jets 10. They're lined up now, ready to resume play. 1:29 to go in the game. Bert Jones takes it, drops straight back, looks to the end zone, throws over the middle, touchdown! Touchdown to John McCauley. He lobbed a pass over the middle of John McCauley. The halfback circling over the middle, and he caught it right at the goal line.
He has been killing the Jets all day long with those passes to the halfbacks and fullbacks, using them, working against the linebackers of the New York Jets.
The score is now 45-37. 1:24 to go in the game, and the Jets need that football. Well, here's the point after attempt. Ball is snapped, kicked up, and it's good. It's good. The score, the New York Jets 45, the Baltimore Colts 38. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
If you're a guy who loves his beer and your work is done but the beer's not near, we say nothing should come between you and your beer. If you're a guy who loves his beer and you're home alone when your friends appear, we say nothing should come between you and your beer. We say Knickerbocker Natural. Nothing should come between you and your beer. Knickerbocker Natural. Knickerbocker Natural. Knickerbocker.
Cooper, New York, New York, Orange, New Jersey, and New Bedford, Massachusetts.
The onside kick, which you might have expected, was recovered by David Knight of the Jets. Knight may have been hurt on that play at the far side. It just came over the restraining line, which is the 45-yard line. You know, they kicked from the 35 now, and the ball must be kicked at least 10 yards past the 45, and David Knight grabbed it as it bounced up to him at the 45-yard line, and he was hit almost immediately, and Jeff Snedeker and the good doctor Jim Nicholas talking to him, and I think David Knight just had his bell rung, as you would say.
And I'll tell you, Marty, that is a very dangerous play because you have on that side of the field, you had at least 6 or 7 Colts, 10 yards apart from 6 or 7 Jets, and they all come running together. There's one or more people don't get hurt.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jets. The ball is at the 46-yard line. They placed it down at the 45. I don't know why. It should be closer to the 46. No, they've got it right smack at the 45-yard line. That's where it is, all right. That's where he caught it, and he was driven back from there. It's at the Baltimore Colts 45-yard line. Al Woodall running the ball club. 1 minute and 24 seconds to go. The Jets need a first down. They go into a flanker T formation. Flanker wide to the right is Eddie Bell. Signals being called by Al Woodall. Woodall takes it. Hands off to Adam Lee, swinging wide. He cuts back, trips, and drives forward for 3 yards before he stopped at the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the 42. Mike Curtis made the tackle at the 42-yard line, and the clock is running. Shows 1 minute and 9 seconds, and the Jets are in no hurry to get this next playoff. They don't want a delay of game penalty, but they're in no big hurry right now. And let's see, it looks like time has been called. Mike Curtis looks as though he's hurt, and I can hear Dave Herman laughing already.
I thought he was going to play that old thing there. He is hurt, and if he says he's hurt, he's going to have to come out of the football game. But they called timeout. Now the Colts called timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining after this one.
1 more after this timeout. And Mike Curtis, I thought he was, as we say, feigning the injury.
I've seen that happen. I got a confession in order here. I saw the backup guard we had, Bob Talamini, got hurt one time and couldn't hardly get off the field until he got there and he started laughing. But we got a timeout of the deal.
Confessions of a football player. 56 seconds to go in this football game. The New York Jets are out in front, 45-38. Actually, after they call 1 more timeout, the Jets can still run 2 more plays, and the ball game should end. Here's the final score. It just came in, and the Giants wind up with another loss. The Cardinals 26, the Giants 14. The Giants had led 14-0. The toughest of all seasons for New York. 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line. Handoff goes to John Riggins. Riggins spins, gets away from one man and another, and drives, and he's very close to the first down. He has the first down at the 35-yard line. John Riggins spinning for more yardage. He got over 100 yards already. Picked up about 7 more yards on the last play, and the ball is at the 35-yard line. He's got about 108, 109 yards, John Riggins does, for today. And now the clock is running down. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. The Jets run 1 more play, and it's all over. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Danny Rose made the last tackle. David Knight has come back on the field for the New York Jets. Now Lou Picone comes on. Lou Picone replaces Eddie Bell. Picone is flanked wide to the right. Signals being called by Al Woodall. And Woodall just falls to the ground at the line of scrimmage. And the clock is running now down to the 2-second mark. And the season and the ball game is all over. That's it, folks. The New York Jets have beaten the Baltimore Colts 45-38. The Jets have won 6 in a row. And Dave and I will be back with those phone calls in just a minute. The number to call, 212-354-9044. That's the end of the game and the score of the New York Jets 45, the Baltimore Colts 38. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fight of the century, the champion Dodge Colt, weighing in with a sticker price from only $25.85, excluding state and local taxes, destination and dealer prep charges. In the other corner, Colt's much-touted high-priced opponent.
There's the bell. The cars are out of their corners. Colt's opponent throws the first punch. Front disc breaks, but Colt's got those. Stander, too. The Colt's getting mad. Here's another jab by Colt's opponent. Economy, but Colt responds with great gas mileage. Now Dodge Colt is throwing the punches. Ooh, there's an inside hood release, a 4-speed transmission, and a lineup of 6 models. Colt's opponent can't take it.
The decision is unanimous. Dodge Colt, the winner and champion prize fighter.
See your local Dodge Colt dealer where prices start at just $2,585.
Well, Dave, if I run down all the scoring today, we'll take up all our time on this post-game show.
That was quite a wild game, Marty, and it was a fun game to watch, a fun game to do. But there was a total of 650, 700 yards totally by both quarterbacks, both teams passing. And it's always the same. It amazes me that a lot of things have changed. The Jets got new coaches. The Baltimore Colts got new coaches. But the games are always the same, Marty. There's always a lot of wild scoring, and a lot of wild activity as far as throwing the football.
Final today was 45-38, and as I said, there's hardly a point to running over all the scoring. It happened every which way. The Jets seemed to dominate the opening quarter of play. They had 3 shots to score, cashed in on only 1 on that first touchdown pass, Joe Namath to G. Barkum, but missed on 2 field goal attempts when their touchdown drives were stopped. 1 was wide and 1 was partially blocked.
But the Jets certainly have a lot to look forward to next year. They put together 6 very, very fine wins, and they have a lot to look forward to as far as their personnel coming back.
You know, Dave, these ballparks at the tail end of the season when the weather is cold and raw, they really clear out in a hurry, don't they?
Marty, they do clear out in a hurry. And I'm looking here, I was chuckling a little bit ago. You know it's the end of the season. They've already taken the goalpost down.
So it goes.
They're going to make this back into a baseball stadium.
Speaking of the end of the season, here are the final scores for today. As you know, the New York Jets won their ball game 45-38. I have to look at my score sheet to double-check that. A fantastic scoring today. The Jets were always in front, except for early in the ball game when they were tied 7-7. Always were in command, and the Colts always were coming from behind, and the Jets always had a pretty good lead. But here are those other final scores. As we told you, the St. Louis Cardinals beat the New York Giants 26-14. Miami came from way back to beat New England 34-27. Atlanta defeated Green Bay 10-3, and Philadelphia defeated Detroit 28-17. The Washington Redskins really walloped the Bears 42-0. In the fourth quarter, Houston 28, Cleveland 17. In the second quarter, Buffalo 7, Los Angeles nothing. In the second period, San Diego 14, Denver nothing. And also in the second period, San Francisco 14, New Orleans 7. The number to call if you want to talk with Dave and me is 212, that's the area code, of course, 354-9044. Well, we have the opportunity, Dave. I'd like to say that it was great working with Jim McAleer once again, our producer of all these broadcasts, and our spotter, Greg Schmaltz, from the Passaic News. Our home spotter, Rick Byrne, comes out of John Harvard, no less. Nothing but the best for us. And Dave, look forward to your sophomore year next year as the broadcaster of the New York Jet games. It really was great working with you. I've been lucky, through the years and being able to work with fellas who taught me so much football all along. Working with Al DeRogatis for, I guess, 8 years, and Sam Huff and Chuck Connolly and all, and now you. And, man, it's the first time I've worked with an offensive lineman. And really, when we work the ball games, we look at it from a different point of view, because as an offensive lineman, you still look at it as a guard or a tackle, just as, I guess, D-Row looked at it as a defensive tackle, and Sam Huff as a middle linebacker, and Connolly as a quarterback. Really quite different.
Well, Marty, it's been fun being here, and I look forward to the second year myself. And when I started the thing, I was looking to keep contact with the New York Jets. After playing football for 19 years, I just didn't want to drop completely. But now I'm looking forward to coming back next year as a broadcaster as well.
I understand the phone lines are open now. That number is 212-354-9044.
Hello there. This is Dave Herman with Marty Glickman.
Hi, Dave. Yes. Marty, how you guys doing?
Good.
I'd like to say just 2 things before I ask you some questions. Number 1, I'd like to say that the man is the best in my opinion. It's hard to say whether Johnny Unitas was better, but you can't compare men like that. And number 2, I'd like to say that it's good to see the Jets win and establish some pride for a change. Now, I have some good questions. I'll just read them off, and maybe you can just give the answers, The Jets need 3 things in the upcoming draft. Number 1 is a fast halfback to get outside. Number 2, a defensive end, a giant maybe, to complement Barzo, which would make him even better. And number 3, a big, fast pulling guard to run sweeps, which we need. Now, do you know if the Jets have anybody that they're looking for in these categories?
I'm talking to Coach Charley Winner this morning, and I was amazed at this myself. He said that they have not even considered the draft. They have scouts out looking at all the colleges, and they've been looking at them for a year since the last draft, and the scouts know what's available. And now they're going to sit down tomorrow, and they'll start meeting with the coaches. All the coaches will get together, and the other administrative personnel of the Jets will get together, and they'll start selecting how they're going to draft. So they haven't even thought about it yet. They know who's out there by the scouts, and now that tomorrow they'll start looking for it.
World Football League.
Pardon me?
Does that include the World Football League?
I don't know. I don't think that they'll be tapping the World Football League yet because the World Football League is not folded.
I want to know who you guys picked to win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, that's easy. The winner of the game between Miami and Oakland next week, and I think it'll be Oakland.
You think it'll be Oakland?
My friend Dave has a different point of view, I think.
I think you're right, Marty. I think the winner of that game will have the best shot, but I think Miami will beat Oakland next week.
Right on, Don. Right on.
New York Jets football is produced by and through the facilities of WOR Radio in New York City, the flagship station of the New York Jets radio network. I'm Marty Glickman, along with my broadcast partner Dave Herman, saying so long, but not for too long, from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. We'll be back next year in August to begin our complete coverage once again of all the New York Jets football games.
This is WOR New York, an RKO General Station.